Yeah.
Well, I was fortunate enough to get scholarships.
Cool, but how much is that scholarship worth? 30 grand a year?
I go to state school, so it's 15,000.
Still, that's $120,000 over a 4-year degree. That's a lot of money. That's a boatload of cash. How would you like to spend $100,000 and know you had a 50% chance of getting nothing when you got out of school? That's scary. There's 23 million people out of work. Those are the Generation Xers. 77 million baby boomers. I want you to notice one thing. We talked about this big baby boomer thing, don't we? How many baby boomers? 77 million. How many of you young guys and gals? More. You think it's tough for the baby boomers today. There's 10,000 people a day right now hitting age 65. 10,000 a day, and for the next 16 years, tapping into Social Security and Medicare. How do you pay those bills? Taxes. That should wake you up. There's 40 million seniors out there. They're saying that we'll never be able to retire at all. It's scary. That's why the new job for the senior citizen, they have to learn to say what? Welcome to Walmart. Have a nice day. It's a scary reality for a lot of people. They don't want to do that. So they think, I can never retire. But Freedom Equity Group, we are here to help change America's future. We want to teach you the secret of the wealthiest Americans. That's what we do. There was a book written years ago called Tax-Free Retirement. It became a nationwide bestseller. Another book written a few years ago called Common Sense Retirement proved, not an opinion, but proved that a properly structured program that we teach will out-earn a 401k or IRA by nearly 300%, and it's tax-free. So people put money more than a 401k. So let's talk about the 401k for just a moment. Is that the best place to put your retirement nest egg? 401ks, IRAs, 403bs, thrift savings programs, depending on who you work for, they have different names. It's all the same thing. You put money in, you haven't paid taxes yet. When do they get you? Death and taxes, right? It's when you retire, that's when they get you. That's when they tax it. Now, if you got 10,000 people a day retiring, tapping into Social Security and Medicare a day for the next 16 years, by the time you hit retirement age, do you think taxes are going to be the same, lower, or higher? They have to be. Steve said earlier, that's math. They have to be to pay the bills. Time Magazine in 2009 said it's a lousy product, a financial flop, a rot repository. It is full of high risk. The money you put in there is full of risk. What's the guarantee with a 401k IRA or mutual fund? What's the guarantee?
You have to pay taxes when you pull it out.
That's also
charge fee.
But talk to me about the guarantee. What's the bare bones? Here's the guarantee. It's currently 7:15. You can lose all your money by 7:30. Have a nice day. That's the guarantee. Because you take all the risk. All of it. It's yours. And oh, by the way, as your broker, I'm going to collect a 2% fee minimum on your money after you lose it. Because I make money whether you make it or whether you lose it. It's money on management. As a broker, they have no skin in the game at all. Zero risk. You take all the risk. It's full of fees. This document, the Retirement Savings Drain, proved that a 401k or IRA will be about $150,000 to $200,000 in fees over the lifetime of putting money into a 401k or IRA. Average 401k or IRA, because of the hidden fees within the programs. This was outlined in Consumer Reports and Fortune Magazine just a couple publications 2 years ago. That the fees within a 401k will wipe out 40 to 60% of your retirement nest egg. And what is left over is subject to the highest taxes in the land. Let me talk to you about taxes. Our highest tax bracket ever, I know this is small, was right after World War II, was 94%. For the decade of the 1950s, some of us old guys born in the 50s, sticking over here. Do you know the top tax bracket during that decade was 91%? That was the top tax bracket in the 1950s, 91%. Wow. That means that 91 cents out of your money went to the government. Why? We had a war debt. We had bills to pay, but we just kicked butt. We were a proud nation. And anything over, there was a threshold of $200,000. Anything over that, you had to give it to Uncle Sam. All of it, pretty much. But it was that proud country. Well, now our deficit has actually exceeded the debt that we had after World War II. The debt-to-income ratio that we currently have has exceeded it was after World War II. Our top marginal tax bracket is 39.6. Taxes went up last year. They went up again this year. The longer you leave money into a 401k, IRA, pension plan, any what they call a qualified plan, that means it's money that you put in that hasn't been taxed yet. Death and taxes, right? Two guarantees in life, it's backwards. It's not death and taxes, it's taxes to death. Actually, there's three things in this life will not avoid. We're going to pay taxes, we're going to die, and we're going to pay taxes after we die. You did give the burpee one more time, that's your state and probate tax. But there's a way to get around that too. And that's this program that I'm going to show you does those things. So what if there was a way to opt out of the tax system, pay lower fees, and never lose money again? That's what the wealthy have been doing for nearly 100 years. Joseph Kennedy, the great-granddaddy of the Kennedys, Babe Ruth, was lighting cigars with $100 bills during the Great Depression because all of his money was in a thing called life insurance. All of it. Why? Sounds weird, doesn't it? Life insurance? Yeah. Couldn't you do something more sexy like gym socks? I could do that. That sounds cool. But life insurance? Section 101A and 7702 of the IRS tax code states that life insurance is not a taxable commodity. What that means is you can hook a trader to that, dump as much money in it as you want, and they can't tax it. How many in here have heard of Benjamin Recall? You don't know him, you eat in one of his restaurants. He started the McDonald's franchise. He passed away a few years ago. Here's one you all have heard of, right in our backyard, Walt Disney. These people funded their financial empires on the backs of these tax-free programs. Again, it's not new, it's just not taught because our government won't teach what they can't tax. A properly structured life insurance contract will out-earn a 401k or IRA by nearly 200 to 300%, and it's tax-free. It's in the code. It's not my opinion. It just happens to be a fact. It's been being taught for decades and decades. Why don't you hear about it? Because the government won't teach that. Previously to 1978, and this is part of the system, but I want you to get this, and I'm going to slow down. Usually, this presentation takes me about 15-20 minutes. But also, I want you to learn, because this is what we call a red carpet event. You need to learn some of the brass base tax of the whole thing. You need to understand the boring, horrible stuff, because if you understand that, it'll make you wealthy. And there's your guarantee. If you're willing to share this, that's where it'll come. The life insurance, they can't tax it. 1978, previously to that, the only way to get a life insurance product that had that trailer with all the money in it was called whole life. Anybody here? I know the old guys know whole life. Young guys, yeah. Finance, they teach you that. Yeah. It's called whole life insurance. The problem was it wasn't user-friendly. Because you couldn't, if you got it, you couldn't increase the amount of life insurance within it. If you had a bad month, you couldn't put in less money. So it was only beneficial to the people who had a lot of money who could really take advantage of it. Because once you had it, you're locked in. I've actually met people in their 50s, 60s, 70s that have 20 and 30 whole life contracts. Why? Because they'd buy one, become a cash cow, and they'd buy another one, and buy another one. And by what are they doing? Every single time they got a contract, they're creating more fees because each contract carries its own set of fees. They're killing themselves. But it was the only thing we had. But people were still gravitating to that, and there was also pension plans. You know, our grandparents, you know, they would have what they called mailbox money. It means that when they retired, they walk out the mailbox and get money. It was just there because they worked 30, 40, 50 years, retired with a gold watch and a pension. Well, pensions were going away too expensive, so the government came out with ERISA, 1978. Here's your history. What they did is came up with a 401k, 1978, which allowed employers to offset some taxes so they could hire more people. A financial planner in 1980 goes, oh, what a great way for employees to save money and defer taxes. He took it to a client of his. The client said, no, I'm not going to do it. Smart client. But our government grabbed on, what a great idea. They started advertising this, and I remember the ads. I'm sure you do too. They would say, you can put money in this 401k or IRA, and you don't have to pay taxes on that money today. That money stays in your checkbook to pay your bills. And America went, yay, our government loves us. Well, they were planning. They didn't want your $100 a paycheck back in 1980. They knew that 30 years later, 10,000 people a day would be retiring. And they wanted to tax the 100,000, not the $100. The setup from the beginning, and then the government, now that could be argumented. I've had a lot of guys argument that with me. No, that wasn't a setup, it's all we had. Okay. But regardless, it was still a way
to not pay taxes on the small amount, wait till it's bigger, and that's when you pay the taxes. Is that wise? No, it's not wise. It's the equivalency of, instead of paying taxes on that apple seed, I'm going to take the apple seed. How many seeds in an apple? About 26 on average, I say. How many apples are in a seed? Well, there's a tree in a seed. How many apples does a tree make? More apples. How many seeds? More apple trees. It goes on and on. So instead of paying taxes on the seed, you pay taxes on the harvest. That's what a 401k IRA or a deferred taxation program will do. And the government put that out there. So a company went, let's not do this. The problem was that the whole life programs were not user friendly. So this company went out and they bought an insurance company. And they invented the very first flexible premium life policy called the Universal Life. Then they took that to the IRS, got them to agree to give it the same tax-free status as the 401ks and IRAs. No, excuse me, not 401ks, the whole life, I'm sorry, off that. But they got the same tax-free status as the whole life. Then they would go to the people who are putting money into the 401ks or moving over their $100 million pension plans and say, no, don't put your money there, put it in this program here. It's completely tax-free, and here's the IRS law that proves it. Now, if you had $100 or $100 million, and you could put it into something that they couldn't tax, and you saw the law that proved it was tax-free, would you do it? Yeah. And people did. That's why, back in the 80s, when E.F. Hutton talks, I'll give the young people don't know what that is. E.F. Hutton was a company that developed that. Then they were kiting checks, they got in trouble and went out of business in the late 80s. And then the sex appeal of the stock market took off. And people go, I have a stock portfolio now. And this big rush, well, those big, huge peaks are gone, they're done. And you carry all of the risk. These programs here have out-earned, over the last 15 years, 401ks and IRAs. And they're tax-free. It's the greatest wealth accumulation of our time. The greatest wealth accumulation and the best way to accumulate wealth, and the companies that we work with today did something else. It's a life insurance vehicle. I'm sorry, this is the boring part, but I want you to help. If you understand this, you'll get it. It's life insurance. They can't tax it. 101A, and what's the other code? 7702. Makes you sound really smart. All right, so I work with a company specialized in IRS code section 101A and 7702. What's that? That sounds really cool. Well, if I can show you how you can legally opt out of paying taxes on a portion of your income, would you want to know how to do it? That's what that code is. It's what we do. Now, life insurance, it was named wrong back then. It was death insurance. Why? It was like getting to heaven. You had to die to get there. Well, by law, when a life insurance contract is issued, this is the training. I know it's boring, but write this down. When a life insurance contract is issued, the insurance company is required by law to have enough money on hand to pay the life insurance claim if you died today. Today. They're audited for that liquidity every single year. Companies we work with, they're A+ rated. They pass that liquidity test for over 100 years. They've paid dividends to their clients through 2 world wars and the Great Depression. So if you're going to talk to somebody about putting money somewhere, you ask really, where's the money go? If you could put it somewhere where they're guaranteed they can't lose their money, have stock market gains, is that a good place to put your money?
Yeah.
Are you sure? It didn't convince me.
Yes.
Is that it? I mean, seriously, you're taking your time out tonight, and I'm sorry this is the boring part, but I got to hit you between the eyes with it. This understanding, if you understand it, will make you more powerful than any broker on the street. Yes?
It's freedom equity group. You have the IULs.
No. We're an independent marketing organization. We're an IMO. We pay more commissions than any other organization in the country, and I'll get the money. So, but that's a very good question, yes. We're backed up by 100-year-old companies. We're a 22-year-old company. I've been doing this for 26 years. So we know what we're doing. We don't hope this works. We're not trying to, you ever heard the phrase, they're trying to fly an airplane as they're building it? Business startups, hope it might work. We don't hope this works. I've been feeding my family for a quarter century, longer than some of you guys have been around. I've been really blessed to be in an industry and have been taught by guys who know how to do this. And my job tonight is to teach you how. The opportunity is here. You've heard it from Steve. You've heard it from Ryan. I mean, Ryan, I know in one day, 5 people in one day got this solution. Why'd they do that? Not because you're a good-looking guy, not because you're just strapping and you'll take them down to the mat if they don't. Why'd they do it?
Best thing out there.
Is that your opinion? No,
No.
it's not. It just happens to be the fact. It's not his opinion. That I can prove. That is what I really am hoping you get. Now, if an insurance company has to put money on deposit, so if you get a life insurance policy, it's a $100,000 amount of life insurance on it. And they have to have $100 grand on deposit, meaning they could pay that claim today. That means they got cash on hand, doesn't it? What's your guarantee? What's your peace of mind? Folks, we don't sell insurance. I hate the word sell. People do not want to be sold, and they do not want to buy at all. But they do want peace of mind, and they don't want to pay taxes for it. And that we can give. So if the money is already in there, the companies we worked with did this. They talked to some people years ago. This started about 60, 70 years ago. And they asked the question, your loved one died. I'm sorry, Garrett. Here's the life insurance claim. Sorry for your loss. Let me ask you a question. When did you need the money? Did you need the money before they died, or did you need it now after? Before. Every single time. Because it's not taxes and death. We don't go happily along paying taxes, or not happily, but we don't go along paying taxes then when you're dead. Some of us do, and that's a tragedy. Most of us paying taxes, what happens? Get sick. You sure? Yeah. Convince me of that. You get sick. That's what happens. The invalid, long-term care, nursing home centers, they're out there left, right, up, and down. Why? Because we get ill. And then we die. And so what these companies said was this. You know what? Heart attack, stroke, cancer. 7 out of 10 people are going to have a heart attack, stroke, or cancer. I can't fix it. Those are the numbers. That's a big deal. 75% of us are going to need some form of long-term health care by age 60 or 65. 90% of us don't own the product. Why? Long-term care. It's too expensive to buy. $300 a month plus. It's expensive. So what the companies we work said this. If you get sick with these products, heart attack, stroke, cancer, those are the big 3. There's 16 different illness triggers with one of our carriers. 16. Including Alzheimer's and HIV. That happens to you. They will give you every penny you had planned to save and receive through retirement, up to $2 million tax-free the day you get sick. The day you get sick. You have to die to get this. We actually are able to give people a little heaven on earth because you don't have to die to get this. And you get it. If I do my job right today, you will hate my guts. Because you will not go to sleep tonight. Your brain will just keep going and going and going and going like the ever-ready bunny. This is a big deal. Yeah. Well, that's even more tragic that happens, and yes, these are payable for that as well. No. There is disability insurance, but that's not what this is. This is an acceleration of life insurance payment. The money's already on deposit. So that's what the company said, you know what, the money's already there. Why don't give it to them if they get sick? It's already there. It's another one of those duh moments. It's already on deposit. So the programs we give to people have living benefits for critical illness, chronic illness, and terminal. And here's what's interesting is previously to these companies, terminal illness, you'd have to have a death waiver. You're going to die within 12 months. And life insurance would pay you some money. How many people have seen the State Farm commercial? It's called the Hank commercial. No? No, that's a good question. No.
No.
We still have YouTube up here?
Easy.
Firefox.
Firefox for that.
All right, here. You go to YouTube and you type in State Farm or Hank, H-A-N-K-S-T-A-T-E, F-A-R-M, Hank State Farm. Right here. Let's take 30 seconds, shall we?
My husband Hank never took life too seriously until our son was born. That day he bought life insurance. There's no way I could send our boy to college without it. There was one thing I could say to Hank. We thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Hank.
Life insurance you can use while you're still living.
You are one lucky lady.
Learn more with Agent Tracy Rivera in Imperial Beach today.
Okay. State Farm jumped on the bandwagon because they were losing market share. The first company to start doing this we work with. We're one of the largest producers in the country for this company. When they started going out, it was 10 years ago, they offered these living benefits on a mass scale. Actually, longer. They started about 70 years ago. 10, 12 years ago, they went broker. Prior to that, they were a captive company. You could only work for them, and they were based in Vermont. Well, I lived on the West Coast. I couldn't market their stuff, but 11, 12 years ago, they decided to go broker, allowing independents like me to market their stuff. I saw this life insurance. I'll pay you if you got sick. Back then, it was $1 million. Now it's $2 million. It's like, wow, that was a game changer. They went broker. The financial services world said you'll never maintain it. Prior to that, they weren't on the radar screen with the amount of business produced. In 18 months, they crawled up to the 5th largest producer of life insurance contracts in the world in 18 months. They are currently the 3rd largest producer and catching ground on number 1 and 2 because of these living benefits. You don't have to die to get it. So let me ask you a question. Do you or somebody you know have life insurance? Yes. Do you have to die to get it? Well, it's not for you then. You don't want it because you're 6 feet under, aren't you? You're 1 foot. It's just not for you. It's for the people you leave behind. It's not life insurance. It's death insurance. Finally, companies came around and they actually made the words ring true. This is insurance for your life. Whether you get sick, whether you live too long, or die too soon. These programs cover all 3 areas. On average, your 401ks and IRAs, qualified fund accounts have fees that they disclose, average about 3%, 2.5% to 3%. The internal costs within the life insurance contracts, properly structured, your internal costs are less than 1%, 0.6. About a third. And guess what? It's tax-free. That's what you're able to give to somebody. Do you have life insurance? Yeah, you got to get it. What are you talking about? Well, no, you don't get it. There's new stuff that'll actually pay you if you got sick. It's the same price or cheaper than what you already have. You need to take a look at qualifying for an upgrade. But the problem is people take a look at it, I don't know which one to buy. I can save $300 a month. You talk about life insurance, Jeff. Now you talk about long-term care. You talk about retirement. I don't know what to do. Think about that. Does that make sense? I mean, I got to buy, save for retirement. I got life insurance to buy. I got critical illness. I got to change the color of those words. It's kind of wiped out in this wall. Chronic illness. I only got $300 a month. Well, the programs that we're able to give to people, notice I didn't say the word sell. We give. Here. You can actually encompass all 4 of those areas of that same $300 a month deposit. Notice I didn't say payment. Why? Because at the end of the day, with these programs, you get all your money back plus interest, tax-free. That's what we're able to help people do. So who needs to know about this, honestly? Okay, now I've done this a lot. I have never, ever met any parents who named their child that name. I think I jump off the airspace. They called me, hey, everybody, come here. Grab a piece of paper. This is not a test you're going to turn in. If you don't have a piece of paper, ask your neighbor. Get a pen. This is important. I'm going to wait for you. If you don't have a pen, Steve or Ryan will get you one or a pencil. Ask your neighbor for a pen or pencil. And yes, I actually do this when I'm one-on-one with people. I don't get into the big, long stuff, 401k, IRA, stuff like that. Why? Because all I want them to do is get excited about what this product will do for them. Then we'll invite them to a training like this where we'll teach them how it works. And I'm going to simplify it, I promise. Okay, so everybody got a pen and a piece of paper? You have a piece of paper, grab a stick and carve it in your forearm. You young guys are tough, you can do that.
Can you tap? Now, this is 10 circles. Bill, Tom, Don, Joe, Don, Sal, Mal, Pat, Amy, and Tim. These 10 people I know. I know these people. These are people I know, I care about. If one of them called me, was hurt, or needed something, I would be there. We all have people in our lives like that. What I want you to do is just write down the first name of 10 people who you know like that. Right now. 10 people who you know, you care about. If they called you on the phone, shot you a text, my car just broke down, I'm right in the middle of the freeway. I need help. Burglars just broke into my house. Broke my window, I'm freaked out. I need help. I want you to write down those 10 names of people who you know that you would be there for. Who do you care about? Mother, father, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, niece, nephew. 10 people. It's not hard. I mean, just rattle them off. Just 10 of them. Now, this doesn't mean that they would do the same for you. You have the big heart. These are what you do for them. Because success is also defined as the more people you help become successful, the more successful you will become. Helping people. Okay, we all got 10? All got 10? Okay, now, here's what I want you to do is look at your list of 10. What I want you to do, if you're doing this on your iPhone, I want you to just highlight their name and delete 7 out of 10 of them. 7 out of 10, I want you to draw a line or an X through all the way through the name. Zing. Zing out. Right now. You just wiped out 7 out of 10 people who you know, love, and care about. There's only 3 left on your list. Here's the statistics, and I can't fix these numbers. 7 out of 10 people who you know are saving $100 a month or less. 7 out of 10. It's the elephant in the room. How much of your paycheck, of your income, should you be saving percentage-wise? 10. 10%, we're always taught. 25 would be great, but 10%. It's even biblical. 10. 10%, yeah. But your average 7 out of 10 people that you just wrote down aren't even saving $100 a month. Because of that, they will retire with $10,000 of combined annual income in retirement. Folks, that's poverty. That's poverty. And 7 out of 10 people who you just chose who those 7 people were are going to have a heart attack, stroke, or cancer. Average age of a heart attack, stroke, or cancer diagnosis in this country is age 43. Average age of a bankruptcy, 44, 1 year later. And I know 19-year-olds that have been diagnosed with cancer. You don't know when or if, but I can tell you this. Within a year to 18 months after that, you are bankrupt. Why? It's not because you didn't have health insurance. Most people do, especially now with the Affordable Care Act. You can have access to it. It's not the fact that the health insurance bills are there. It's you don't go back to work after that happens. Average disability time is almost 3 years. You still have to buy food. You still got to pay the rent. You still got to make the car payment. You still got to buy heat, electricity, air conditioning, whatever you're paying for. The bills don't stop, do they? Life costs money. And so those 7 people, look at those names. I want you to look at the names you just scratched through. 7 out of 10 are going to have a heart attack, stroke, or cancer because of modern medicine, praise God, most of them will survive. But what we have, we just talked about this, we have a program where they can save just $50 a week. Most people waste more in fast food and lattes than $50. Just $50 for themselves. And if they got sick, heart attack, stroke, cancer, the amount of money they had planned to save and receive through retirement, life insurance and not this type of program, can be given to them the day they get sick. It's an indemnity style of program. Translated means this. The doctor says you're sick, you get the money. If there's a cure in Europe, go get it. Maybe you just want to take a cruise. One of our agents was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease 5 months ago. Because he had this plan, within 10 days of being diagnosed, the company stroked him a check for $155,000 tax. He was able to quit his job. Take his new life as he had just gotten married.
to her homeland in the Philippines. Most likely he will not make it, but he's still alive to it. Because he has the cash to get the medical help that insurance wouldn't pay for, and he doesn't have to work. Tell me that's not important. Tell me that's not a big deal. Tell me that the 7 people that you just lined out, if that happened to them, that they would not want this. How many people on that list, after what I've just talked to you about, took me about 25 minutes, maybe 30. How many people on your list, if you showed this to them, they'd say, nah, no thanks, I don't want it. Honestly. How many would say, no, not doing it, dude? Honestly, after you showed them all this. Not one of them. If they said no, they're lying to you. And understand, you can't fix stupid. And you cannot make a chicken fly. You can do your job and offer. If they take it, cool. If they don't, you try. And when they get sick, be the first one at their bedside. Good. A little salt. Sorry, dude. Yeah, I'm here. I love you. I'll sneak a beer in for you. You can't fix everything, but you can offer. If you do this, it'll change not just their lives, but yours. Absolutely change your life. It's a simple process. Ask people, how simple can this be? You own life insurance? Well, you need to see if you qualify for an upgrade with living benefits you don't need to die to use. No additional cost, because these living benefits are free. How can they be free? I just told you. Money's already, the minute you get the life insurance policy, the money's already there. Required by Florida state law. Required. It's already on deposit. Compare that to your bank. The FDIC only has enough money if one more bank fails, let alone 2. Which is stronger? Which one do you want to put your money on? I like this one. And tax-free savings, retirement that will last as long as you do without the risk of the market because of the guarantees that are tied to the program. Guaranteed. That's what we give. That's what we say here. Name another business where you can offer product or service where you did not separate your family, your friend, those 10 people from their money. Name a business. Anything. I dare you. I challenge you. Name one business where you do not separate people from their money. This one you know. This one, we show people how they can legally opt out of paying taxes, put their money in the banks. Funds to return. I'm going to take your money from taxable, I'm going to put it over here to tax-free. Is it still yours? Is that still yours? It is, right? Okay. I didn't take anything out of it, did I? No, I didn't. So if you need it, you can get this. But here's the interesting part. If you leave it parked where it was with the 401k IRA pension programs, it is subject to the highest taxes in the land, and taxes are going up. If I take your money and I put it over here, it's still yours, but guess what? It'll have the same market rate of return, but pursuant to what? It's still yours. And guess what? We're going to pay you to do that. That's what Freedom Equity Group does. That's our business model. That's what I'm trying to help, and I pray that you get your heads wrapped around. This is the biggest income opportunity you'll ever find. The companies that back us up have been in business for well over 100 years, most of them. Founded in 1905, 1848, 1854. This company here, 1851. If you can drive to West Palm on Saturday, do it. We're doing this again, but the representative of this company is going to be there. This company paid the death claim when Abraham Lincoln was shot. They paid the life insurance amount to his wife. It's how long they've been around. These are huge companies that back us up, and they have billions, not millions, billions of dollars in liquid cash reserves to pay you money. We want to shower you with money. We want to show you the cash, because all we're going to do is we're going to help people move their money from taxable to tax-free, and we're going to pay you to do it. Do I have your attention yet? Or do I go hoarse just because I like to talk? I wonder sometimes. My wife would question that. We want to show you the money. It's our path to financial success. We want you to earn an extra income. Help one person, a month, saved, and let's bump it to $75 a week, because I think most people could at least do $75. That's $300 a month. Help 2 people at our vice president level, just 2 a month. That's 1 weekend a month. And you'll earn $32,000 a year. 1 person a month, save $75 a week. Double that, help 2 people. That's $64,000 a year. That's equivalent to a full-time job, 40-hour-week job in most any other industry as a manager or supervisor. We're not playing games here. I want you to have this money in your pocket by sharing what I just showed you. That's all I want to do. We have a profit sharing program. I know the numbers are small. You start at a 40% commission level. We'll talk about commissions in a moment. You grow quickly to a district or division manager, and you want to get to our covenant vice president. In a fast track, you can get there in 2 months. To our vice president levels, you can offer this opportunity to anybody in the United States. You can bring in those top people that you just talked to. Because here's what's awesome with our program. Those 10 people that you just wrote down, all of you said everybody would take it. Now, there's only 2 ways to become a part of our company. You can have this program, or you can have this program. And make $500 to $1,000 an hour sharing this with somebody else. What would you like to do? That's how we do it. In another industry where you don't separate her from her money. She gets all of her money back plus interest tax-free. And you can make $500 an hour sharing that with somebody else. That's the opportunity of Freedom Equity Group. Now, if somebody works hard like Brian does and he gets to a vice president position, maybe he passes you up and he's at a higher commission level than you. You made it to vice president, he makes it to executive national vice president. He's a higher commission. In traditional business, if Ryan is at a higher commission level than I am I making money? Well, in any other business. No, it's impossible. If he's making more, he just passed me up. He's saying, man, thanks for introducing me to this company. Sucks to be you. Serious, that's reality. But what Freedom Equity Group has is we have generational overrides of 9 to 21% that regardless of how big they get in our company, you will always get a minimum 9% commission override on everything he earns. How would you like to recruit a company that helps a lot of people and they earn $1 million a year? There's a lot of them out there, by the way, here in Fort Myers area. A lot of them. And you get a 9% override on $1 million, that's $90,000 a year before you even get up and brush your teeth. That's the opportunity that our company is bringing. You will never lose your producers with our company. You will never bring in somebody sharp and they pass you up and you lost money. You just trained your own competition. That's business as usual, not with Freedom Equity Group. This is a potential 6-figure income with our company. At that $300, now the first slide I showed you was $50 a week. This is $75 a week. Notice just by adding an additional $25 and recruiting 1 more person, not 3 people, but 4. All of a sudden, you earned yourself $110,000 by helping 2 people a month save $75 a week for themselves, and you recruited 4 other people to help them make money too. That's a 6-digit income, and you're just part-time with our company. Let alone you want to go full-time. It's a $250,000 income with this company this year. Not in 2 to 5 years, this year. We've had agents make $200,000 to $300,000 in a week. A week. Just because he opened his mouth and said something. Here are your statistics. Now, we talked about that fish pond, didn't we? We talked about the 200 million people. Well, who's your competition? Okay, it's a good big pool, Jeff. I like this. Who doesn't want to earn that income? All of us do. Who would like to get it for free? That's not reality. Who would like to get it just by sharing something and making sure that you didn't spend your family, friends' money to get there? You didn't do it on their back. That's what we do. That's what we bring, is the opportunity to make that type of an income year after year after year. It'll absolutely blow your mind what we bring. It's an opportunity of a lifetime with our company. This financial freedom for every American, it's a perfect storm. That fishbowl, that fishing pond. Here are your statistics. 99% of the people in this country do not know there's life insurance they'll pay them if they get sick. They don't know it. Not yet. That Hank commercial, do you see it on TV anymore? State Farm didn't market it right. The other problem is the living benefits. If you got sick, they'll pay you $50,000. Whoopsie. My medical bills are $250,000. Programs we give our clients now say, don't say sell, give. Up to $2 million, not $50,000. They don't compete. So you don't see the commercial anymore. They're marketing it wrong. 99% of the people in this country don't know that. 95% of this nation's population do not know that they don't have to pay taxes on the money that they save. They have no idea. So how big is your competition? I don't know. We got them brokers out there. Well, let me tell you another statistic. Is 85% of the financial service professionals in this country don't know it either. They don't know. You don't have to be good. Just have to be willing to open your mouth and say, hey, did you know? We specialize in teaching people about Section 101A and 7702 of the tax code. Seriously, you will get those squirrel moments. What? It's kind of cool to watch it happen. If you're willing to open your mouth and say something, it'll blow your mind. It is, again, it's the perfect storm. We have a system. We use a system. Well, McDonald's has one. Same burger. Everywhere in the country, everywhere in the world, it tastes the same. They cook it the same. When you go to a McDonald's, where's the fry machine? Every restaurant, cookie cutter, tonka, 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 tonka. When they started in business, they had 3 menu items, burger, shakes, and fries. That's all they sold. They had to build a foundation. That's all they did, burger, shakes, and fries. Now they can do chicken fingers, side salads, lattes, and in some countries they serve big beer. True, you can buy beer in Germany out of McDonald's. Not in the U.S. at all. They don't allow you to do that. What's that? Yeah, I believe so. But the thing is they had to build a foundation first. Right now, 99% of the people in this country don't know that there's life insurance they'll pay them if they get sick. 95% don't know. 95% don't know that they don't have to pay taxes on the money that they save. This is tax-free. They can't tax that if you think about it and you do it right. Park it in the right vehicle. 85% of the financial service professionals don't know it either. The 2000 dot-com bust and the 2009 housing bust wiped out over half of the financial service professionals in this country. There's half the number of us that there used to be. And we're getting older. The Steve is. I refuse. Average age is 56. Us old guys just need to pull it up and then just put on our little boy pants and go to work and don't let these young bugs beat us. No. We need help. It's like the dam is busted upstream. 10,000 baby boomers retiring every day. The baby boomers own 70% of the stock market. Write that down. They own 70% of the stock market. 60% of their money will be lost to taxes because they don't know what to do. And we have a solution. But there's nobody to talk to. It's like the dam upstream is busted. A wall of water has come. We'll call it taxes. And you give away boats. Notice I didn't say sell. Here, let me help protect and preserve your money in this tax-free environment so your money's there when you need it. It'll last as long as you do. And you're going to get paid $500 an hour to do it out of the insurance company's pockets, not theirs. Question?
Yeah, one just quick question about the $300 and some people for different things. That includes, what are the 4 things again? I just want to write them down.
That's a good question. Life insurance, long-term care, critical care, and retirement. And the thing is oh, by the way, everything I'm showing you tonight, I have on my thumb drive. Every single PowerPoint, every slide, every handout. If you have a thumb drive, I'm going to give it to you tonight. So everything you see, you're going to get today, and more, because I don't have enough time to go through everything. But I needed you to understand this. Starbucks, that's my backyard right there. Coffee tastes the same. Well, Freedom Equity Group has a system of financial services that is proven, predictable, duplicatable. As long as you're willing to say something, you solve our #1 prospecting problem. People, who needs this? You all said who? Everybody. Now, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Times 10, because you wrote down 10 names. There's 260 people you just identified that need this solution. If you're willing to say something, who's got a calculator? Let me jump at once. If you got one, quickly. Who's my calculator? Quickly.
We got it.
All right, Garrett. Garrett's got a calculator. Pull your own out. Okay, so if we have 260 people, take 260, please. Let's just reduce it to the ridiculous, shall we? Let's say that your average person can't do $50 a week. We can barely even change their mind. So they're going to do $50 a month. Just $50. $50 a month times 260 equals what?
13,000.
13,000. Now that's monthly collected premium. Now with the insurance companies we work with, they pay on annualized premium. They take that number times 12. And at whatever commission level, we'll start at we'll pick the lowest end. You get that commission percentage. So let's say it's 40%. So 13,000 times 12 is how much?
156.
Yep.
You agree?
Yep.
$156,000. All right. Now, 40%, that's our entry-level commission. What's 40 times that times 40%? That's 156,000 times 40% is
$62,400.
$62,000 in income we just identified in this room in the last 40 minutes. And that's only $50 a month. Our average client doesn't do $50 a month. They do 4 times that. So let's take 62,400 and times it times 4, please. What's the actual dollar amount?
$249,600.
249,000. We just identified $250,000 in income out of this room, and you just wrote down the names. When are you going to talk to them? Because the only thing standing between you and taxes for them, or sickness if they got sick, and financial devastation is what? You. You are the solution now.
Quick question, do you use the ability to bring people in? Like, can I bring people in and I mean, I guess, what is it? Are you guys reps? Are you,
Well, the state of Florida, God bless the state of Florida, and every state in the country, as a matter of fact, because the vehicle that carries the money is a life insurance product, you have to have a life insurance license. It's the cheapest, simplest, easiest license to obtain. We have people who've done it within about 2 to 3 days. It's not hard to get. But if you had the need for a life insurance license, you had $250,000 right over there, and the only thing stopping you from grabbing that $250,000 was that life insurance license, how fast would you get it? Today. I took it 26 years ago where you didn't have to study. There's no pre-licensing stuff. You just bought the book and took the test. So I bought the book, read the glossary, took the test. Failed. So I read a little bit more. Took the test again. Failed again. Then I figured I better read the book. And this is back in the day where we didn't have computers. You had to wait a week to 10 days for it to come in the mail. I sweated bullets because if you failed the 3rd time, you had to wait 6 months before you could take it again. I was nervous. I got the letter, and there was just one letter from the alphabet on this key. My very first client I talked to. My mentor was in Portland, Oregon, and I was in Spokane, Washington. So I drove there. He trained me for a day about what we get in here. And he said, go tell him. And I remember standing at a business owner. There was an art store in Spokane, Washington. He didn't have a stool. He didn't have a desk. I'm standing by his cash register, and I'm glad that his counter had one of those lips that kind of hang down. You kind of grab from underneath, you know. That wasn't there. I had a death grip on it. I was going to fall over. We didn't have computers. I had a flip chart and a pocket calculator. Well, it does this, and it does this. Section 101A, 7702. It's been around for 100 years. So I didn't have to sell me. I just had to share what it was. You know what he said? He said, oh, it's pretty good. Now what do I do? We didn't have EFs back then. Paperwork. I stood back there, and it's just this sloppy, horrible-looking thing. I'm left-handed, so I always write from the wrong side. I made $1,500. 26 years old in an hour. Because I was willing to stand there white-knuckled at a business. I was willing to walk in and just say, hey, I work with a company. We specialize in Section 101A, 7702, the Irish tax code. What's that? Well, it's a way you can actually legally opt out of paying taxes in tax-free savings. We can actually show you how we can help set up a tax-free savings program for you and your employees at no cost to the business. Whoa, I'll listen. Now we got tools. It's easier. I'll get into tools a little bit later. I learned a bunch back then. And now we have cool things like computers and PowerPoints and videos, automated phone calls, things you can listen to. Yeah.
You have your policy?
Yes, I do.
What do you have your policy?
That's a good question, man. Well done. There's a catch. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Seriously. How many people the first time you hear about this? Too good to be true. Yeah, right. Yeah, you can sell me a bridge in Brooklyn, right? Only been broken once? There's a catch. There is a catch. The catch is you have to be healthy enough to get it out. That's the catch. Why? Because if you got sick or coughing up all this money, they don't want to pay. Keep it simple. Explain it so a 10-year-old can get it. If you start talking cash value, accumulated value, you're talking section 101A, sounds cool, but don't get in. We're going to do a 1035 exchange on your 401k and IRA with a thrift savings program. We're going to go ahead and roll that over with a Section 79 option and Rule 72T. Now, I know what I just said. And even if you did, the person you're talking to doesn't. Don't go there. Here's a real cool reality. You know how this works? You do. How does this work? I mean, you know, if I've done all the schematics, and I mean, how could you go like this and talk to my wife over in California right now? How does this work? Let me ask you another question. Do you care how it works? Or do you just care that it works? These programs have been time-tested and proven for the last 100 plus years, backed up by insurance companies that made it through 2 world wars and the Great Depression. They have passed the liquidity test year after year after year in the state where you live, in the state where your family and friends live. It is time-tested and proven, been the #1 savings vehicle in this country for nearly 100 years. You don't have to worry if it works, but you can trust that it works. We are in the highest regulated industry in the country. There are professionals out there. When you bought your last car, did you crawl underneath that thing and inspect the rack and pinion steering and internal combustion engine for safety and efficiency? Or did you stick the key in the ignition, turn it on, drive home, trusting that other industry experts already did that for you? Make sense? We all drive cars, right? Most of us. How many people were that analytical who crawled underneath to inspect the CV joints on the front end before you bought it? Okay, I knew you would, man. You got that cool stash going on there.
I don't buy these.
That's wisdom. Most people know. The thing is industry experts already tested. It's been used. The programs that we recommend to people have been time-tested and proven, and industry experts inspect them for safety, efficiency, and liquidity on an annual basis. You don't have to wonder if it works. But praise God, you can trust that it works. Folks, if we sell anything, we sell sleep insurance because our clients sleep at night. The market goes down, you're guaranteed to keep your gains as an annual reset. Meaning this, if the market takes down to 5,000, I don't care. I keep the money that's in there. If the market comes up from 5,000 to 6,000, I get that 1,000-point gain. Our clients never pay catch-up, ever play catch-up. They never have to catch up to 0.0. The market closed out, I think, at 17,200. Okay, we're just a few hundred points above where it crashed at. People just now got to the top. Our clients got to take off back when the market was at 7,500. So the gain from 75 to 17,000, our clients have benefited from. And if the market tanks again, we don't care. Our clients sleep at night. So when I give a policy to a client, I tell them one thing: take this and stick it under your pillow and sleep on it. See how it feels. You don't have to worry about this. I said earlier, let's get some worry out of it, shall we? That's good. One last thing. That's what Freedom Equity Group does. That's what we bring. So where do you see yourself with our company? What's your goal? Do you see yourself part-time? Maybe making an extra $5,000 a month? I showed you we're part-time helping 2 people save $75 a week. and recruit 4 people who do half as good to make 110 grand with our company. That's part-time. Or you want the $250,000 and more. You want the 7-digit income. You can earn that with our company. Or perhaps you're just busy. You just came to kick my tires tonight, and that's fine. But you really like me. Everybody in this room wrote down 10 people. Everyone here said everybody needs to have this, and you're right. And maybe you just want to have the program. Great. Choose the path that works best for you. Because we want you living in that house. Right there. That's your house, dude. Outfitted, by the way, you're going to need a housekeeper, because that's too big to clean on your own, and a cook. Straight up, exactly. Here, we want you driving that car. We want you in that car. We want you to have that. We want you to take the vacation of your dreams so you can have the vacation that you want to go to, and you're not stressed out when you get back. How many people have had a vacation like that? The last day of the vacation sucks, doesn't it? Reality is sitting in. Oh man! Last year we came and we taught this in Orlando. I brought my prime. We did the Disney World Universal Studio thing. We literally put 129 miles on our feet in 5 days. Just go. No, we have 5 at home. So yes, the 5. Now, I got pictures if you'd like to see the tribe. It's we're an eclectic group, but we want you to retire when you have the money, not when time says you have to. We want you to retire when you still look good in a swimsuit. Think about that. Really, you want to just truly gonna bear it all and get the Dunlap hanging out there, and the rest guys, you know what Dunlap is? Just Dunlaps over your belt. Let's still look good in a swimsuit, shall we? Well, we can still enjoy the time. There's 2 types of people that go to these fancy places around the world, newlyweds and nearly deads. I want that to be you. I want that to be you where you got the time and the money to do it with. Our company is taking a group of top earners to Playa del Carmen next April 29th to May 3rd. Write it down because I want each and one of you on the plane. If you do $150,000 in target premium, your calculator out, $150,000, divide that by 12 because that's annualized. 150,000 divided by 12. 150 divided by 12 is $12,600. $12,500 in collected monthly premium. Qualifications are through December 31st. So we still got, what, 6 months left? 5.5? Let's say 5. Take $12,500, divide that by 5, please. $2,500 in collected monthly premium. Now, if your average client's doing $200 a month, take $2,500, divide that by 200, please. $50 a week, not 300, not 75 bucks.
12.5.
That's 12 people in a month. In a month. In 5 months. That's 12 people. That's not even full-time work, guys, gals. 12 people in a month. How many people do you think, if you had 30 days, in 30 days, do you think you could bump into 12 people and say, yeah, that's pretty cool, man, I'll do 50 bucks? Serious. You're playing with us in Playa del Carmen. In Playa del Carmen, the only thing you've got to bring is a change of clothes, please, and a toothbrush, because we're paying for everything else. Eat until you cannot fit the pants anymore. Drink until you just fall over. And your friends go, hey, dude, one more? Whatever you, because we're paying for everything. How many people have had a vacation like that? That's what we're doing for you. You need another one. Well, the thing is it's going to be on ours. And people take these trips, man, they don't want to come home. But we need you in a position when you come home, you got more money in the bank account because a lot of those policies you put in, the people you recruited, they're showing this to who? Everybody, while you're gone. Which means that commission override difference is in your bank account. Because if you're at a 50% commission because you worked hard, you worked your way up to 50, maybe a 60 division manager, you got brand new people at 40, you get a 20-point pay grid spread, 20-point spread. So if you've got $2,500 or $2,400 in annualized premium, somebody's doing $200 a month, that's $2,400. What's that? 20% of that's going to be $480. Well, you make $480. by helping somebody else make money. Not out of their pocket, but paid by the insurance company's pocket, yeah.
Okay, so there's like a spillover from like 8%, right? So
Yes.
you get a new guy in, I'm not gonna call it a pyramid, it's a web almost.
Every single business is that. Name
No,
it.
I know it is, 100%.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm in affiliate marketing myself, that's why I'm interested in here with this.
Sure.
So, I mean, I can see where this is going, and so my question though is there a difference, like, let's say, like, my first person that I should wrote down, I wrote him down just because that's how I knew that first, but my pop's probably my first person that came to my mind. Like, he's been in Naples, like, which is about, like, 15 miles south of here for the past 43 years, and he's a fat contact list. So I'm thinking, if I get him involved, and then I get every, like, you know, like, you know?
Yeah, now you're thinking. Now you're thinking. We want you to not just earn income on what you do, but we want you to earn an income in your absence. And we will pay you for that. And here's again, how big is the market? 200 million people. Who's your competition? Right now, the people in this room. Because we want you, we truly want you to go to places in the world that you want to go. We want you to go to Rome, Greece, London. How about Paris? I heard Paris earlier. How about Turkey or Lebanon? London. Because with Freedom Equity Group, I'm dead serious you can achieve your ultimate dreams and goals. We're going to take a 15-minute break. We're going to come back and learn some more. 15 minutes, be back here at 20 after. Yeah. April 29th to May 3rd. Doing 5 days in Playa del Carmen. 15 minutes, be back here in 15. If you're not doing push-ups with me.
Putting it on the calendar. You got to plan ahead. I'm in film.
Oh, boy.
And there's live people viewing it right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. All right. Stretch.
How are you?
Cool.
So check that. It's up on.
Make it hard. Make it hard. Yeah. Let's make it simple. What you need to do is you got to cut this out. Everybody says something this way. Your guy, and your guy likes national. Sorry. Which one do you want to find out some spiritual space? Right? Shoes and girl, you know, you got to stay there. Right out start for I'll give you everything else the kid can have. And well, just strike out the conversation. That's what I like. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That has to be expensive. What do you work at? What do you do? I don't know. What do you do? I just want to test what I do. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. Over half the time they will. I just don't. I'm a retirement specialist through risk retirement programs. Living Financial Advice has been around for over a quarter century, but
But I can show you how you can legally opt out of paying taxes and portion of your income. Serious. I mean, I was saying this, I'm serious. Really. This has been the secret of the ultra wealthy. It's what we teach. I can show you how we learn how to do it. No charge. I teach this for free. How do you make money? The way we make money is if I show you how you can do this and you like it and you save money, the company saving money with the paying you. So I get paid out of their pocket. That's good. So, what's your email, name? We have replicated websites. You go to the replicated website, you contact them, make sure that they get their contact information. So, what's your email? I'll shoot you some stuff. Take a look at that. And what's your phone number? You can call next week. And so, and sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. But what you're doing is you want to be uniquely interested in them. You want to open your mouth. He said that he goes out. That's exactly what it is. It's all you do. Just talk to people. I've already got. You don't have to do it. Some people think retirement is old. Yeah, that's for old people. That's for people in their 50s or whatever. It's not for me. I'm not. But the thing is, if I peel taxes out of the equation, I also peel age 59.5 out of the equation. It's not tax-free retirement. It's tax-free savings. The thing about it is, buy your next car tax-free. My house tax-free. That's it. I appreciate it. Well, do you have a thumb drive? I do. I'll tell you what. Because I can download it. If you have a thumb drive, I can give you all the PowerPoints for tonight.
Are you going to give, I know, is Ryan going to give?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll give it to Ryan, because that's
Okay.
what I made up with him.
But here's the thing. Just remember these three letters. If you remember these three letters, you can do this. SDP. SDP, that's it. Now, when I was a kid, I was like, well, at it, but he still is. But you get STP still in school. STP, CP, share. But you got to finish the project. You got to ask them to get this program. You got to sign it. Got to get them involved. So that's it. You see the people, you show them what I just showed you. Now the thing is, including just for everybody. Okay, great. Because two ways become a big room. I have this one in the house, and they have a bunch of sharing. What do you want to do? Exactly. So let's get the paperwork done, so we can get the policies. You know how this works. All you get to show what I want to show you. That's our business. So yeah, get all this stuff Ryan, and just be one to open it up.
You can do back anytime.
And just leave it with this. Just ask. And ask me questions. Stop something in the brain. Hey, can I ask you a question? Even though you're thinking about 1,000 things, you've got
About 5 minutes, and then go for it.
and it's they go, yeah.
And then you want me to call you when
I can show you how to do that. Got to bring taxes. Unfortunately, you come from how to do it.
Okay, very
So
good.
we have business opportunities. We will very nice. Watch $2,000 a month on a week. We're going to do $2,000 a month. We can go home. It's that. Also ask, what I did is I had a 43-second audit. Then just both things. Find something that works for you at home, something that you can do. Somebody asks you, what do? You can answer the question. So who invited you, Hayden? That's all you need. All right, what do you do? I'm going to become arrested. I'm trying to get the outside paying taxes. That's what a lot of people don't know how to do it. I mean, the thing is everybody wants to know. Now, if you go home and you say, hey, this is how it's good, how do you do that? How many times do you have to prove that? That's why it's left, right, Rich all the time. Try everything. Figure out what didn't work real fast.
capacity as well as space. We say that all financial services. So just remember STPC, the people share the program, get it involved.
That's all, it's all common sense.
And just say, share this with you just wrote down 10 people have fun, you know, have your guts to talk about those batteries. You want to do that.
Oh, good. You keep that. You know,
Call me anytime on extension 1. Number.
it's a little different.
And just let me know. Get it out there.
So this is more in terms of yeah. Yep. That's what we keep doing, so that's why I'm glad to hear it. So, thank you, that's great.
That's practice. Practice, practice. The thing is, don't wait to be good. Practice. Yeah, just be good. Give you good stuff. And then have to get a solution for you. It'll work for you.
Yeah, I can help a lot.
I can't talk about it. People need to go on this week.
Awesome. All right, go get them, Tiger. All what you need.
That's sort of one. Makes sense? And then you come here. I'm already okay. Right? Makes sense? That's a great system, a lot of fun, serious, and I told you all that. What's that? Oh, you're and you're a young mother. How young? 24. Wow. How old did you start? Of course, you're very young. Okay. Tough road, man. Awesome. Awesome. So, does the hubby know what this is about you? Bring him here. You can't do this. And you get somebody for one night or even you have to stay home the night, same thing. To do it. Okay, but whatever it takes, plus you go do it. Because you can't do this at all times. He's got a good guy. Because he could be your best anchor or your worst. And you got this. We have a whole thing about fun. Got to get it. It's not have to do it.
He supports me in anything I am.
Well, it's resistance and education. He understands it most people, so I better.
Actually has his insurance license there because he's interning for Northwestern. So Northwestern, whatever. Yeah. So he he's most skeptical. I love the one that says he's gonna come back. I think we should contact my father. So the time where we're doing sometime next week, maybe.
Yeah, I got a couple of days.
Yeah, that's fine. Very nice to meet you again. I'll definitely give you a call.
So you don't forget. And then you want to meet with Paul too.
I've been one more time. I like meeting different people, just to see how it's.
Well, yeah.
It doesn't matter. You get it across the line. You know what I'm saying? As long as I can. Yeah. Billy Martin.
Back, your neck, your shoulder. Yeah. Maybe some food too.
Yeah.
I was getting nervous. I was very hungry. My stomach was really loud.
Hungry women are dangerous. Come to learn. Very dangerous.
I was getting nervous. I was like, I don't want my stomach to grumble.
Yeah, it's like
Everyone hears.
you guys turn into different people. Just irritable, annoyed at everything that I say. There's no winning.
At least we learned that. All you have to do is feed us.
Yes, I like throw the meat in the cage. You know?
Throw it around.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
Yes.
Okay, let's take our seats. We're going to learn more about the Edward Sharp defense. Yeah. Okay, right. Okay. Now, just so you all know it, one of the nice things about FEG and Empower is that we believe in the spirit of recognition. And most people don't get recognized at your jobs you're working on now. How many of you think that you all should be recognized when you do a good job? Okay? And it's very important. It's one of the most fundamental things in life because nobody's really more. People do things more for praise and recognition than really for money because you don't get it anymore. So you're not being acknowledged. So one of the things about our companies is that we teach how to recognize people. It's very important. You all agree with that? It's pretty cool. So we put on a little contest, which was good just for 1 week because we didn't even have this organized for Jeff and Ron that you'll meet via the phone. Ron Burton, the chairman. Really only a week ago, right? Trey, was it about a week ago? So we made the call and we said, hey, those that want to get out and make things happen, just to the small group of people that we had right at the place, we said, listen, let's go. He or she that even sponsors enough people to their business and enrolls them, actually physically enrolls them, we're going to the next step, we're going to give a Franklin Award to. And the other person, and it could be the same person that does the most transactions during that week would win a Franklin too. So we have some Franklin Awards to do. So everybody know what a Franklin is? Everybody should have an extra Franklin. Hello. What's a Franklin, Stephen? $100 bill, right. How would you walk a little? Show me how you'd walk if you had an extra 100 in your pocket. John, all right. See, normally people, when they don't have a Franklin, it's kind of like, how's it going? Same old thing. Right? But when you have an extra few hundred, it's like, outstanding. Am I right or right? Yeah, so in terms of the associates, there was 4 new associates in this guy's team who just edged out another guy by 1 in the last 6 days. Like, it's fun. So we're really starting to grow, but personally this is, okay, which is awesome. And so on the recruiting side, there's none other. You come up and get your Ben Franklin because you deserve it, and that's Paul Dunbar. Give me a nice round. You got to dance, so make him dance for that. Oh, you can make him dance. Very nice. Okay. That's fun. Okay, FEG is great. That's where that comes from. Big Ron William-Kemper and Jeffrey right here. So that's awesome. And the guy that did the production, and Jeff referred to him before, I watched him go out and do 5 transactions in the night. I mean, this is possible, especially when you're building a team and it's easy to transact business and you're getting it going. And all those numbers Jeff's talking about is flat out the bottom line. It's just the facts, you know. So you got to realize it. So he did over last week, I think, 5 full transactions just between the last time and this time in the system, showing up in the back office, and that is Ryan Young. You got to do a dance. Do a dance. You got to do a dance.
And Ryan, I want to point out a couple things. 5 cases. Okay. What were the ages of these 5 people?
They ranged from 20s all the way up to 50s.
Okay, great. So anybody can do this. Everybody should have this. With these 5 cases, were they term or were they IUL?
IUL.
Okay, perfect.
And term also.
Okay, well let's stick with that. What was, starting with 1 case? What was the monthly premium? How much per month are they putting into this?
$100.
$100 a month for 1. What's the next one?
100.
Here, get your calculator out. Another 100, that's $200. I have Gary do your math for you, is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Here, you got $200, that's 2. The third one?
100.
Okay, another 100, that's 300. 4?
600.
$600 a month?
Yeah.
Okay, so plus 600. And the fifth one?
Was term, and
That's
that
okay. Was it 10-year term or 20-year term?
20 at 100.
$100 a month, that pays the same as an IUL. Plus 100. How much monthly premium is that?
$1,000.
$1,000. What commission level are you? District manager, division?
50%.
50%. That's district, isn't it? You gotta get my D's mixed up. District manager, 50%. So that's $1,000 he collected in the last week. Just by doing what?
Talking to people.
Just asking them. Oh, by the way, if I could, you got life insurance, you got that to get it. I mean, just ask. If you're willing to ask. There's a gentleman that he's going to Ohio tonight. He had to leave. And he's, what do I do? What do I say? Anything. Find something that's interesting about somebody and strike up a conversation. Nice car, nice house, nice watch. I love your shoes. Those are cool. Where'd you get them? You do that a lot, by the way. That works. They go, oh, really? And they start doing, I watched my wife do this. And they just start doing the old foot dance thing going on. And those look expensive. What do you do? I'm a school teacher, and I work here, I do this, I do that. What is the obvious next thing that they're going to say? I got you. That's what I want. I want you to say, what do you do? Like that. My kids would go, sucker. At one time, about 3 years ago, I'm at the batting cages with my daughters. One's from China, one's from Cambodia. So they're both 17 today. They were 15, 14 for 15. And we're at the batting cages, and I'm talking to the owners. Hey, this is a really cool business, and you know, and how long have you had the business? I'm just yakking at them, taking an interest in them. And as my daughters walked up, that's when they said that question. So what do you do? I heard my daughters in stereo go, here he goes again. And I said, okay, smarty pants. My daughter from China was right here. You tell them what I did. Shut up. She turned 12 shades of red. She goes, he helps people not pay taxes on all their money. Perfect! Perfect! She puked on their shoes. That perfect, oops, that sounded horrible, maybe a $4,000 commission. Because she opened her mouth. They hear me all the time. Open your mouth. $1,000 in collected monthly premium times 12 is $12,000, 50% commission. He made $6,000 this last week. Good job. I hope that hurt. That's all you, $6 grand in a week. How many people in this room who have earned that? $6 grand on your own pen in a week, other than this guy. Be envious. But you can do it too if you're willing to ask. Ask. You don't know what they can do. 7 out of 10 people aren't even saving $100 a month. They need to. No one's asked them. We'll talk more about that. But Steve has some more important things. Congratulations to both of you guys. I applaud you both.
And this is all about the buddy system and understanding the word team, because you work together. You never do things alone, and we teach you the language and try to protect you from your own self. And so this team in this room is really growing and coming together, and it's a lot of fun. And you're helping each other, even if they're not on each other's team. They're still a team together. Does that make sense to y'all? Mm-hmm. And so a guy that just nearly edged everybody out and was neck and neck is a guy I'm really proud of. And we asked him, there's 3 people going to speak to you tonight. You've already met 2 of them. This guy has been doing some big things. And here's how I can tell that. I know people that know this guy, and I'm bumping into them. And they're coming to me saying, hey, are you working with so-and-so? I go, as a matter of fact, he goes, man, that guy's changed. I go, no, he hasn't changed. You have. You're just listening. See, he's learned the language. He stands up for what he believes in. He's not afraid to say it anymore. I'm really proud of him because he's been able to acknowledge even when he threw up on people that he was doing it. Even though he got discouraged, he didn't quit. So there's encouragement and discouragement. He chooses to work on God's side, which is encouragement. He stays away from the devil, which is discouragement. Most people fall prey to that. And this guy is just a great example to other people. And he talks about it for the right reasons. He's committed to the cause. He's committed to the crusade, and it's going to show. And I probably think he'll be one of the biggest people in FPG. I promise you this. Watch. See, we'll see him a year from now, walking across that stage with Old Rings, because he's focused, he's dedicated, and he keeps his word. He's a man of his word, which that means everything to me. So I'll go to the nth degree. You know, he's in the foxhole. I jump in the foxhole with a guy like that. I want somebody that wants to win. I want somebody to keep their word. This guy's exactly that. Every time we ask him to be somewhere, he's there. Never misses a beat. Always communicates. That's a winner. Is that right or right? Welcome, Trey Parker. You have the floor.
All right. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
As Coach said, thank you, Coach. I want everybody to know fear. I have a lot of fear, as we all have fear. And for me, fear is getting up in front of all these people and talking to you. I'm horrible at it. And I suck at it, but I know to get where I want to be in life, I have to do things like this. I have to be comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. All you guys heard this information tonight. You're well, what do I say to people? What do I do? It's simple. Chef, how long have you been my friend? 10 years?
Yeah.
I need your help. Will you help me out?
Yeah.
All right, free up Tuesday night. I'm going to pick you up at 7 o'clock. Is that hard? Can everybody in this room do that? That's what I've done, and it's starting to work. As Coach said, I throw up on people. I first started coming. I've been here about 4 months now, and it's really starting to change my life. It really is, and it's amazing. We're a team, and Coach, Ryan, Paul, all of us, we really helped each other out, and they've helped me out. We learn from each other. We talk every day. Me and Ryan, we were on the phone till what, 12:30 last night? Just talking, encouraging each other, you know, writing policies. I'm getting paid, and people are seeing it grow, and it's amazing because I'm truly making a positive impact on people's lives. The fact that I can be here in front of all you people and see this opportunity and provide you with the opportunity to do this, why wouldn't you want to do it? Who here is not excited about what they've seen tonight? Nobody. Nobody. Right? I'm so excited. I'm telling you all right now, like Coach said, in a year, I'm going to be walking across that stage. I'm going to get in that ring right there. I'm going to be going to Mexico. I'm going to be driving my G-Wagon. I don't want a Mercedes G-Wagon, by the way. So whoever wants to come meeting when I have it, I will pick you up. But I'm excited. I'm so excited. I can't even tell you the leaps and bounds that I've made as a person in my life. You know, I confront my fears, like I said. I don't feel comfortable talking to people, but I've done it, and I've slowly progressed, and I've thrown up on people, and I've done all the wrong things, but I learned from it. And like Coach said, he said earlier, to be good, you gotta be bad, right? And to be bad, you gotta suck. Well, I sucked, and I'm bad, but I'm getting better. And every time I go talk to somebody, every time I do something, every day we ask ourselves, Paul Dunbar is awesome. A couple weeks ago, he said, who in here has dreamed of making $1 million? You guys haven't dreamed of making $1 million? Now, who in here has actually done something and say they wholeheartedly committed themselves to push themselves every single day and do something to chase that and make it happen? Fully committed. Nobody. With this opportunity, why wouldn't you want to? Who wants to make a six-figure income? This opportunity is here. It's here. You got to believe in it. You got to see it. Thoughts become reality. Whatever a man's mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. It starts here. You guys got to realize it's not going to happen overnight. You're going to have to fail. You're going to have to learn the language. You're going to have to do it. And when you do it and you start seeing it all come together like I am now with Paul and mine, it's to the point where I got so much stuff going on, I had to go buy a marker board to write down everything that I got going on because I can't keep it in my head. I got checks coming in. I got people referring people to me. I got all kinds of crazy stuff that's going on. And it's awesome because there's a reason I do this. And I get emotional when I talk about this. Some of you know my personal story. You may have heard this. But I do this because of living benefits. Excuse me. My mother died at the age of 44. And she had 2 strokes before she passed away. And I see my parents go from owning their own businesses and having the house that I grew up in and having everything. You know, I wasn't, spoiled or rich, but we had a well life. And my mother passed away and left my father with debt. You know, I just seen what it does to people when they get ill and they can't go to work. What are you going to do, Garrett? You're making money, right? You're 45 years old. You have a heart attack. What are you going to do when you can't work for a year or two? What are you going to do? How are you going to put food on the table? How are you going to pay the mortgage? How are you going to pay the car? How are you going to do everything? It's not possible. I've seen my family. I've seen it all go away. And to know that I could stand up here in front of you people and provide this for you, because I don't, like he said, like Jeff said, I don't sell anything. I don't sell nothing. I'm making a positive impact on people's lives. And when my mother passed away, I made a promise to myself and to her that I'm going to make an impact on people's lives. I'm going to help them. Before I seen this opportunity, it wasn't when I seen it years ago. And so when I saw this, I jumped on it immediately. By the way, my dad had a stroke at 48. My uncle's got one, has no movement on the right side of his body. You all wrote down 10 people, cross 7 out of 10 of them. It's a statistic. It's going to happen. What are you going to do to prepare for it? What? You know, and we all want to retire. And we all want our family to be taken care of. We all want our kids to go to school. We don't want to be a burden. We don't want to be, a state, board of the state. I don't want that. I don't want that for my family. I want to take care of it now. We're all so young, and we have, it's just so much youth here, and we have so many opportunities to just go to the top, man. What happened to dreaming? What happened to the American dream? What happened to being somebody? Who wants to be somebody? Who wants to freaking, go to Cozumel, Mexico just because we can't? Who in here likes waking up in the morning and being told what time to be at work, what to do at work, when to leave? We can't call off. We got to do this. Who likes that? Nobody. I want to be financially free. I want to roll over while you all are rolling out. Coach says all the time, I don't know if you get it, but I want to roll over while you guys are rolling out to go to to go to work, excuse me. And then I'm going to go to my mailbox and I'm going to get a check just from training people and making a positive impact on people's lives. It's amazing. And I don't know, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm so ecstatic, and I really can't express how excited I am to see where we go, to see where I'm at from a year from now, because I want to be the Ducks. I want to be the Coach Youngs. I want to fly to California and eventually feel comfortable talking in front of people and just be able to stand up here and explain our story. And I'll tell you all right now, it's not hard. It's not hard. I'm not the smartest man. I dropped out of college. I don't have a degree. I haven't been in school in 6 years and passed my licensing test in less than a month. I'm not the brightest dude. I just plug in, I pay attention, I get on the Thursday calls, I come every Tuesday, I communicate like Coach said, and I just want to take a step every day to be better, whether it's in life or in business, but I want to do both because I want to be there. And I'm going to be there. I promise everybody in this room I'm going to be there. And if you guys want to come, we'll go. You got to be held accountable. You got to do all the right things. You got to learn to fail. And you can't be afraid. It's as simple as talking to people. Just talk. Ask questions. Coach says all the time, ask questions. Ask questions. Don't try to tell them what you do, because that doesn't work. That's what I did. Hey, man, you got to come check this out. You get to save money away. You don't lose money in the market. Your family's covered. No, don't do it. Hey, Jamal, you keep your options open when it comes to making extra money? Cool. I'll free up Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. I'm going to pick you up. Simple as that. And like I said, dude, I'm telling you guys, I've gotten 10 people here by just simply asking for their help. Not can you, will you help me out? Will you help me out? Who's going to say no? You don't have to tell them what you do. Hey, I don't really know what it is. That's why I'm asking you for your help. You're an analytic dude. You're smart. I want your opinion. I know you're going to give it to me whether I like it or not. So I just want your help. Come check this out with me. Is that too much to ask? Who's going to say no? And that's all I got, Coach.
You got a lot of that. Anybody doubt that he's going to win? He's going to win big, isn't he? See, it's all in here. See, and one more thing I'm proud about, watch this one. Trey, when are you going to get your VP contract?
When?
Yeah, we already have a date on it.
Oh, August.
End of August. At the end of August, he'll be vice president. See, we're mapping it out. It's set. We're going to work it. I don't care if we don't sleep. I'm going to help him get there. That's the bottom line. He's got the window. He's got the heart. He's got the will. That goes for all of you. You stand up and do that kind of stuff, that's what's going to happen for you. If you want to stand there and watch him do it, that's okay. You can wave, but he's not giving you any of his money. Okay? That's the way that works. Great job. Proud of you, Trey. Okay, good job. Next guy won the Benny boy, so he's here to be hopping up here, and he's got to improve on his dance. But I'll tell you what, another guy that doesn't have he doesn't care what other people have to say. He understands it, been a positive influence, reads books that we tell him to, goes out and gets a positive books, reinforcement, doesn't care, got support from his family, he paid attention, did everything, saw his parents first, his parent was right here, his dad. His dad came here about 5 times in a row, trying to find everything wrong with it, did the homework, challenged Paul, but now his parents are his best cheerleaders, which is pretty awesome. That's the way to go. If you're married, your partner better be, or the people you live with, and we'll help you out in that too. Don't try to do it on your own. But this kid, another one, I'm really excited because he's turned the corner of going maybe the wrong way in life and made a choice. I want to be somebody, and he's going to do it. That's Paul Dunbar.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Paul. Been with Empower FEG for about 4 or 5 months now, and it's really just changing my life for the better. You know, you get to see, like, you get to observe people and learn about how everyone is in society, how people think and perceive things. And a lot of people nowadays are, narcissistic, or what is it? They're negative. Everyone thinks bad things are going to happen to them. But, you know, this is something that's truly great, and we have the opportunity here to touch and change people's lives, and it's amazing. And with associating with everybody and talking to people, you know, you have to talk to a bunch of people. A lot of people are going to say no. Some people don't even want to hear what you have to say, regardless of the fact. You know, you'll get shut down. A lot of people will tell you they'll be somewhere, and they won't be there. People don't keep their word. You know, a lot of people lack integrity. But, you know, there's a few people out there that truly want to be somebody in life. They have a desire to succeed. You know, they want to change the world, or they want to offer the best thing for them and their family and their children. So, you know, there's people, the opportunity is there for everybody. It's just who has the desire and the will to go get it. It's the American dream, it truly is. And like we said, if you can perceive it, you can achieve it. It's very simple. I myself, you know, I started off just like Trey. We said we throw up on everybody. You know, you said the wrong things to people constantly, and you wonder why it's not working. And you just have to keep plugging in. We have so much support here through Coach. Coach will come and sit down with you, and anyone who you want to share this with, he'll come and take the time out of his day and sit down and spend 2 hours with the person and just speak with them on your behalf, and you just sit there and listen. Where else can you go get the support like that from someone like this? He can speak better than almost anyone I've ever met. And we have Brian, his son. He'll come and do anything to support the people in this business. They're there, willing to help you, no matter what it is. And you got to plug into the phone calls. You know, you slowly learn the language. We have training phone calls we do on Thursday nights, and the briefings we do here on Tuesdays. And then we've recently started doing Saturday mornings. We get together and we do what we call managers meetings, where we try to build leadership among us. And we just started a group meet, so everyone in the business is in the group meet. We all motivate each other. We constantly share quotes, you know, motivating each other, sharing success, and just competing amongst each other for greatness. And we're always supporting each other. What else is there? You know, I came from, you know, hard times. I used to be in a really bad place in my life. I went and had nowhere to stay. I moved in. I lived with Trey in an apartment. We lived in a rundown apartment for a month or two. You know, we were broke, doing anything we could to make ends meet. And then it helps you grow. It builds your character, and you become a better person from it. And then when you get to help people, and you realize that you can have all the money in the world, but unless you're benefiting and helping other people, your life, what's it really worth? You know, you need to be, whether it's your children, you know, you could, you know, donate dinner feed the hungry families out there, you know, anything. You're helping, giving back to your community, your fellow humans. It's like, just to see the change you can have in someone else's life, it's really powerful. And, you know, I'm glad we had this opportunity here. There's, you know, business is growing really fast. We're all growing as people, learning more about the business every day. That's really all I had. I want to thank Coach and Ryan for really being there.
Did you get that they're having fun? Where do you go get to have fun and build a business and learn new things all the time and keep improving yourself? And Paul's doing that. And you hear them talking about how they have thrown up and they stay persistent with it. See, and it gets better and better, and the camaraderie going on. It's a business of relationship. You learn how to have relationships, not just a job. It's a way of life. Does that make sense to y'all? Okay, that was great, Paul. Thank you. And the last one, you know, he won his Ben Franklin. You know, I thought he was a sleeper. You know, I thought he was neck and neck with Trey and Dunbar, and then all of a sudden people popping up in there. And I hold him to the word, by the way, folks. This is not. They got to get things done. Okay, it's not just put somebody in the system. They got to enroll in school. They got to be committed. They got to be showing up, and they got people with different schedules that are changing. So this is popping out, and we are in the management mode now for Saturday mornings. It's all fun stuff. You're going to learn. That's the bottom line. We map out a goal, and you go achieve that goal. You got to be a goal setter to be a goal hitter. Does that make sense? That's what it's all about. When's your goal of being a VP? Exactly right, because they're both neck and neck. They both have enough people direct to them now. They've got their trainings done and complete. Now they've got to help other people get to where they want to be for them to advance. And they're going to be promoted as they go. The end result is, both by August, my commitment to them is, as long as they keep their word, we're going to drive it like nuts and do whatever we got to do to get all the people that are with them on their teammates promoted with them. They're going to be VPs in August. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. I'm pumped about it.
You know it too.
Yeah, exactly. See, and that's what I get. I get that they get it. So
teammates too. Everybody that does this is going to do the same thing. It's replicated system, like you said.
thank you, because that's another point. You see all the naysayers that were saying no to them before? Here's what happens, Cody. See, as they're getting success and they're getting the language down and starting to earn money, all those naysayers, and now they're showing up. See, that's what happens. That's how it goes. In fact, let me tell you a story. Paul said no in the beginning. I saw his parents. He said, Then he even called me once. And he said, And then Nico, a kid, recruited him. He's not here, and here he is. Thank you, Nico. See, some of you are going to snooze and lose, and we're going to treat like dandruff. See ya. Some will, some won't, so what? It doesn't matter. He's in the business. Now, Nico can come back. There's nothing going to stop him. But here, isn't that pretty cool? Life's like that. Everybody wants to see success. You got to believe first. Put your fingers right on it. Go to work. Watch what happens. Next speaker, he's going to close out before we go right back to work again, is another guy that won Franklin, Ryan. He wasn't real coach in the beginning. He went to Las Vegas when we had the convention. He came out there and saw Jeff and saw Ron and Petro and Bloom is Ron. And saw the whole team, and met Mark Victor Hansen, sat right next to him, and meet all these people with all this money, met Al Party and that team, and it just became real to him. I think his attitude made a shift. So if you want big things to happen, you got to go where big things are happening. So when the team has a meeting, you go to it. Even if you don't want to, you go to it. It will make a difference. You have to hear just one thing, and you capitalize from that one thing you hear, and you can change your life. So you take it for granted. Don't miss a beat. Ryan Young.
How do you guys like my new pocket handkerchief?
That's good. That is good. That's pretty funny.
Oh, very funny. So, how many people in here take showers? Everybody? Okay, so you can probably relate to what I'm saying. Gary, put your hand down. I live with him, and I know he doesn't. So, just picking on you. So, I'm in. This is 2 nights ago. It's just a quick little story. I'm in the shower, and I'm sometimes.
You sure you want to talk about this?
Yeah, I do want to talk about this. Usually it's either early in the morning or, it's early in the morning, you're tired. You're not thinking straight, you're just trying to turn your brain on a little bit. This for me was late at night after a very long day. I was tired, and I was, I'm all by myself, and I'm kind of deep in thought. You ever rinse yourself off and then think, did I use soap or was that the shampoo? What did I just do? And then end up soaping twice because you don't remember what you did? It happens all the time. And lately I've been so wrapped up in thinking about all this stuff that's going on and so excited about it that especially times where I'm alone and isolated, my brain's turning 1,000,000 miles an hour. What do I got to do tomorrow? What am I got to do to grow? Who do I got to help? Look at what's going on here. It happened twice this week. I'm wasting a lot of soap. I'm serious because I can't stop thinking about it. I just get so excited. And one of the things I was thinking about was I looked back on myself a few years ago. I started grad school and working real hard trying to get school done, trying to become the biologist. Every little kid's dream is to play with dolphins every day. And I was like, okay, let's make it happen. How many people actually make it to that level? Not very many. So I had a goal in mind that I was going to accomplish that. And I said, if I really apply myself, I'll get somewhere. And I did. I applied myself. I'd worked hard, and I became the biologist, only to realize that I'm nailing my head against the wall every day. I got somebody telling me what to do, and my potential to make good money is very, very small. So I'm soaping myself up for the second time and thinking, what would my life be like if I applied myself? Think about it. I said that once before, but it was in a very different context. Because when I could apply myself, I could work my butt off every single day working a job for somebody else and only get as far as they want me to. That roof is now no longer on my head. So what would my life be like if I were to apply myself? Give everything that I have to make my life different and make other people's lives different. What would my life be like? What's my life going to be like a year from now? What's it going to be like 3 months from now? Now that I'm realizing what this potential is, it's endless. I'm only going to be on this planet for so long. I could go tomorrow. Nobody knows that. So what am I going to do with my time here is also what I was thinking. How am I going to leave my mark when I'm here? Am I going to go pick up bugs in a random stream in Highlands County where a kid named Gator with half his teeth in his mouth just showed me where to go, and he's never going to remember me, and nobody's going to know that I picked up those bugs ever? Is it going to make a difference? Yeah, I'm doing a good thing. I'm making sure the water's okay. Somebody's got to do it. But I don't want to live in a duplex in San Carlos Park forever. I want that house. I want to help other people get that house. I want everybody to be able to achieve the dream. I want everybody to be able to say to themselves, what would my life be like if I applied myself? I want to go to people and say, what do you do? They tell me what they do, and I say, wow, I can only imagine what your life might be like if you were to apply yourself. Imagine that. Take that hit. Does anybody in this room feel like that would hurt if I asked you that? What would you do? What would your life be like if you were to apply yourself? That's a hard hit. To me, it was a hard hit, and I asked myself that question. And now I'm asking myself that question and saying, well, now what am I going to do about it? I'm going to apply myself. I'm going to change my life and change other people's lives, because now I have the ability to do that. And I can leave my mark here by helping other people get to where I want to be and get to where they want to be. Not only that, but changing people's lives and making their futures something that it may not have been otherwise. People don't know about how to save money. They're doing the wrong things. Everybody. They just don't know. 99% of people that I talk to have no clue. So now I'm going to hope that I soap myself up twice every single time I get in the shower, because I can't stop thinking about how I'm going to apply myself tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and do it, and do it, and do it. And, we're all here to do that for ourselves and for each other. And for you guys thinking about this as an opportunity, it's a big one. And when your attitude changes, you start soaping yourself up twice, you're really going to realize that. So that's my spiel, and I'm welcome to everybody.
Now I know where he gets it from. He is his mother's son. She soaps her up 3 times. Right. Thanks for coming. Just hanging out as long as you could. Okay. So that was pretty cool. You got a drift of what it's all about and have transformation of people's lives. That's exactly what I was talking about in the beginning. That'll happen for everybody in this room if you let it happen. Does that make sense? So without any further ado, we're going to go right back to work and finish out our evening. We have a few more things. We'll bring up the great Big Jeff.
I've been secretly texting photographs to the owners of the company, and the response is back from them. They're sitting back, just kind of. These guys have been around the block so many times. I mean, you're talking about one of the owners. One time had I believe it was a 10-stall garage, and every stall was full with cars that probably cost more than most people's houses. Had that stuff. Stuff doesn't buy happiness. What buys these guys happiness is seeing you succeed, seeing you achieve. From Ron Blumenkamper, who couldn't be here, turned out by the grace of God, he missed the flight. It's his daughter's birthday. He was going to miss his daughter's birthday party to be here. That's not where God wanted him. Obviously, he's with his daughter tonight, and that is amazingly cool. I love these little oopses in life. You look back and go, oh, I get it now. You ever go through that? Something happens, you go, why me? Then later you go, oh, I love those moments of clarity. They don't come often enough. Rob Petrinovich, our CEO, says from the picture of the group, wow, young people. Tell Steve he's a stud. And Bloom says, again, love it all. So you're not doing this alone. You're actually being watched by some amazing experts in this industry, amazing experts in any business. I am incredibly blessed to be a part of this, more than I could probably share. So, unfortunately, it's not all, the boys is whales and snails and puppy dogs. There's sugar and spice and everything nice. Oh, there's the yucky stuff, okay? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to write down these 3 letters, STP. Now, Steve, you and I know definitely what that is. That's an oil additive. You get these really cool STP stickers. You stick them on your door on your bike. You put them on the edge. They brrr as you ride your bike down the road. Those are cool. I did learn that those things peel the paint off the wall of your room and off your door, and you get in trouble when you stick them on there. But that's when we were kids. STP stands for See the People. All I'm going to ask you to do is STP. If you will do this, the rest of the stuff we're going to help you with. See the people. Share the program. Share it. Be willing to do what these gentlemen have told you. Just say something. Share the program. Now let me ask you a question. If you jump in a body of water, let's say a lake or let's say a stream or river, and let's say that your job is to get to the other side. If you jump in this body of water, you swim halfway, and you get halfway and you stop swimming, what's going to happen? You drown. Yeah. Okay. What happens if I swim 9/10 of the way across, and this is a swift moving river, by the way, 9/10 of the way across, and I stop? No. What? I went 9/10. I went this far. Little old ladies, but let's not get into that. Be careful with me. You didn't finish the job. It's so easy. Once you figure out, you kind of a little level of confidence, I can say something to somebody, hey, I like your shoes, where'd you get those? Strike up a conversation. Nice car, man, that's a really cool watch. Where'd you get that? This watch, by the way, was given to me by a really good friend of mine in Cabo, Mexico, Cabo San Lucas last year. Ron Petrinovich shows up. Jeff, you like watches? I like watches. This is a very nice watch. I have a story behind this. I have a really good story behind this. And it goes back further than I have time tonight. You ever want to know the story behind what Petro has done for me? Ask Petro. But you got to finish the job. You got to then ask somebody. You got to get a conversation. Strike up the conversation. Share what you do. When you ask what do you do, they're going to return the favor. Most of the time, what do you do? Open that door. But then you can't. Most people, they just get to that point. Hey, check out my website. Watch this video. Let me know what you think. Never ask somebody what they think. 2 reasons. 1, they don't have enough information to decide that. And 2, you may not like the answer. What your job is to lead people to a predetermined response. Yes, I want this. Yes, I want to know what you know. And once you get to that point, you've got to finish the swim. You got to get on the other side. And you got to finish that last STP. You got to sign the paperwork. I tell, and this is a group of younger kids, and so my wife will kill me, but she's not here. My kids, when they were younger, they'd ask, Daddy, what do you do? And how do you explain that to a 5-year-old? So I said, well, honey, it's kind of like going to the bathroom. My job isn't finished until the paperwork is done. You got to wipe. You got to finish it. Sorry, that's ugly. But do you get it? Does that make sense? My job is to drive the nail in so deep you will not forget it. I want you to have those epiphany moments, the double soap shower days. I have those more than you know. Did I wash my hair? Well, I don't have a lot of hair to wash. A bottle of shampoo lasts me 2 years. But I'll do that. Because the things just start spinning. I actually, in the car, I will miss my turn 9 times out of 10. Because I'm watching the cars around me. My wife will not let me get on the phone. Well, I take that back. I get on the phone anyway when I'm driving. But it's on a headset, not on the car. So 2 hands on the wheel, I'm watching. But she notices when all of a sudden I'll get on the phone with an agent who will call in, because unfortunately I'm extension 1 on the toll-free number, which finds me everywhere. It's like a dog. And when I see a number I don't recognize, if I'm available, I'm going to answer that. Freedom Equity Group, this is Jeff, can I help you? Now, I will give you a key. If you call me and you have a specific question that has to be answered, I'm with somebody right now, I don't know what to do. Oh. If I don't answer and you need that, do not leave me a message. Hang up and call me right back. If I see the same number twice within 30 seconds, I will stop everything I'm doing if I can and take the call. Even at 2 in the morning. Ask people who've done it. People double call me every day. And it's simple things. But I've been doing this forever and a day. I can do it in my sleep on a bad day with a headache. Because I've done it over and over and over and over again. Capitalize on that. My job here, I'm also in my last quarter. I want to leave a legacy. I want you people to take it bigger and badder and better than I ever thought I could. Can't do it without you. Freedom Equity Group cannot do it without you. But you've got to get a policy in your hands. Those 10 people you wrote down, if you don't offer them the opportunity of this company and get a policy, a living benefit policy in their hands, you failed. If they said no, you didn't fail. You finished your swim. They just didn't jump in with you. Can't fix stupid. You can't make a chicken fly. Understand that. You cannot open a closed mind. But your job is to finish the swim. Share with them the opportunity. Share the program. See the people. And get them a policy. And that's what we're going to jump into right now. Robert Chanovich, our CEO of Petro, calls this our 4-step sales process. I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do it. I'm going to show you the juvenile, entry-level, elementary way, and I'm going to show you the middle school way. I am not going to get into high school or college. It's too hard. I tried to do that. When we first started doing this crusade thing, I had a room full of people like this, and I'm teaching everything I know. Let me ask you a question. I like to work in picture words. If you're driving down the street, you see a panhandler on the road with this sign that says anything helps. And you have in your pocket a lot of $100 bills. And you stop and you take that $100 bill and you stuff it right down their throat. You know he needs the money. What's he going to do? He's going to choke. He's going to choke on the content because you didn't deliver it right. You can't just choke people with what you know. You can't just say, hey, check this out. Force feeding doesn't work. I'm glad you were here. Appreciate it. Thank you. Keep it simple. Keep it so simple that a 5-year-old goes, oh, I get it. Don't get analytical. That's where you will fail. I was teaching, I had a room full of people, and all I was doing, they were like dry sponges and wet sinks. They were just soaking it up, and nobody was writing any business, and nobody was making money, Ryan. Jared, they were broke. But they wanted the end result. I've been doing this for 2 decades. Trophies won, I mean, all sorts of different plaques, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. Stuff I wish they would just give me the money. A couple of the trophies they gave me were $1,200 each. It's in cash. I don't have the money. I can't sell them. They ain't worth nothing to anybody. My wife says, what do you cart those things around for? I got 5 of them. I thought I'd keep 2. And people look and I want the end result. And so I'm trying to teach what I know, what I was taught by the guys in Transamerica 25 years ago. And it's a lot like you guys. I relate so closely to this group of guys and gals is because I was just headstrong. I was an ex-athlete. I think that's a whole lot better than I never was. Rather be a has-been. It's another story and pun, but I was always fighting. I was ambitious. I refused to quit. Refused. And I learned how. And no one was there to really teach me. I just had to fail over and over and over and over again. And I'm not perfect. I'll never get there. But I want to share with you what I've learned. And if you will take it and keep it so simple and not try and teach Section 79, infinite banking, 72T, 401k, IRA, 403B, thrift savings. I mean, just boom, 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 boom. I've fallen over all of them. I had to learn how to do it because there was nobody to teach me. Because after about a year with the Transamerica guys, I thought I knew it. I went in over a weekend with a buddy of mine who also worked at the same Transamerica office, yarded out my computer, all my stuff out of there, and we started our own business. Big, fell on our faces. Well, bankruptcy. It's a young dad with a brand new baby and no money, but I refused to quit. And my mentor, who really taught me the business, it's like my grandfather taught me about character, told me just if you're willing to say something, you'll be great. Don't make it hard. Don't have them crawl under, inspect the engine. Don't have them worry how the cell phone works. Doesn't matter if it works. Oh, that makes sense. And so we're going to walk through this. And you'll see up on the screen this particular flyer. Now, again, it's one of the things I'm going to give to you on your thumb drive tonight. We emailed this out to the field, and I hope you already have this. The majority of people across America don't like their position in life. An undisputed fact is this. Regardless of one's efforts, you can fail at the things you don't want. How many people have a job they don't want, but it's a job? Did you know you can fail at that? You don't want it, but you can still fail. So you might as well take a chance at something you love. Become an agent with Freedom Equity Group. Share with people hope, dreams, and opportunity, and let FEG pay you for that effort. An effort that will never take money from the people you share this with. Freedom Equity Group is where hope begins. Again. This is a fillable PDF, your own personal poster. You sit here and you just type in your own information, name, phone number, and email it out, post it out. I was the windshield bandit, man. If your car wasn't moving, have my stuff. STP, see the people. I know people to see, so man, they saw me. Guerrilla marketing works because everybody's been relying on the internet. It's so easy, simple, simple, simple. We just vacillate to what's simple. Get this. Start pounding it on bulletin boards with your name, email, and phone number. With your replicated website. If you don't have it, get it. I'll show that to you here next. But you've got to get your face out there. People need to know this is available. Because this is truly where hope begins again. It's an opportunity to really make the financial ends come together. So I'm going to lose this, and then that's been said, and that's been said. Cool. Okay, everything in this right here is the red carpet tour. We have annuity training and presentations. I'm going to get through as much of this as I possibly can in the next 20 minutes. I'm going to go fast. Because what I want to do is load your quiver. Who doesn't know what a quiver is? I didn't. I had to look it up. It's what to put arrows in. It's that little dude out on your back that holds the arrows, and the robin is always yanking them up, one at a time. We're going to load that baby up. Because when you go to war, you want what? If you're going to go to war, if you're going to go into a battle, well, what do you want? The weapons of what? Mass destruction. I'm going to kick some butt. Totally. Yeah. Straight up. Okay? You don't go to lose. So what we're going to give you is we're going to give you tonight the weapons of mass accumulation. If you will share this. I'll break your desk, Steve, sorry. Because as you see, I get fired up. Watch out, here we come. You share this. You will change the people's lives that you talk to. And in doing so, it will change you forever. and you're going to like what you see. That is a promise. So, going forward, what you have here is with a 4-step sales process. I'm going to just go ahead and we'll grab a browser. And actually, you got this one already pulled up, if I remember right. Now, how many people, let's see, you took down the other, oh, you picked that up, okay. Now, you've all seen, let's just go here, this website, FREEDON, equitygroup.com. Okay, leaders board, you want your name on it. I'm just going to block out and jump right out of that one, go away. I need a new computer, just my opinion. Then we need a better internet connection.
That's probably it.
Recover web page. I know we're responding.
We can close out some of those other ones.
Let's just close that program out. Let's close that. And there it is. Hawkins. All right, you've seen this. Here's the leaders book. Here's the web page. Okay, it has some sliders. It has some information down at the bottom. Freedom Equity Group. You log in. Do you like that page? Does it look good?
Mm-hmm.
How about this? Freedom Equity Group. Same information, same drop-down menus, same videos. But the best way to retire is to retire happy. Click here to read more. Pulls up. Oh, check this out. We have videos.
Freedom Equity Group is a cutting-edge, multifaceted financial services firm. And we would like to say hello and welcome every single new agent to our company. Freedom Equity Group brings major differences to the American population. And we are on a crusade to educate Americans that there are living benefit programs available in this country. And we are paying those people who are willing to share this crusade with others. We are forever expanding growth with people who are stepping forward and sharing this crusade. We educate people on the need to have a financial doctor, and that is the FEG Living Benefit Crusade. Freedom Equity Group shares the knowledge that Americans do not have to pay taxes on the money that they save, and that is the Freedom Equity Group Tax-Free Crusade. Some facts is that 50% of American population is not saving enough money. In fact, every single day, more Americans fall into financial poverty. In fact, 80% of retirees today will outlive their money. Freedom Equity Group opens the door of possibility to help people solve their financial crisis by sharing these crusades with others. We are moving living benefit programs and tax-free savings in retirement from the slipstream to the mainstream. Freedom Equity Group is a financial services organization with over 80 years of cumulative experience. Our company has helped thousands of individuals and families throughout the United States to protect and preserve their money in a tax-free environment with living benefits, thus ensuring that your money is there when you need it and it will last as long as you do. And an income of $100 or more per hour, sharing this information with others is possible. FEG is truly the place to be.
And who doesn't have 2 minutes? That's right from the website. So question. Movie fell off, the thing away. Question. As you look at this, you like this page? On this page. Number 1, I want your honest input. Or number 2. I can't hear anything. Sorry. I'm
2, yeah.
This is our new website. It launches tomorrow. Every single link that you have from the old website, everything is the same. All the data, all the content, everything is identical, except that's a brand new little 2-minute word. Everything is the same, so you don't have to relearn a new website. You don't have to show somebody something new. You don't have to learn anything new, because everything is there. You want somebody to join your team, there it is. There's our home. There's the opportunity. You can take a look at the, all right, these smaller screens when you're on a video. It crunches it down. This is really cool to see, by the way. If you shrink it down, notice that the sliders stay inside the box. This works on your cell phone, Android. You can actually show that video right from your phone, 2 minutes. You got a couple of minutes, watch. 2 minutes. Who doesn't have 2 minutes? But from the website, I'll just log in from the free end. You'll log in with your FEG number. Remember the password. And this will boot up. Now, the 4-step sales process is underneath agent training in your back office. This is where you're going to want to go. And we're going to have also in agent training, there'll be red carpet tools. So all these downloads and stuff will be there for you as well. So the people who come and they weren't here tonight, they didn't get the thumb drive, and you couldn't share it, they can go with their FEG number and go and they can download it from their back office at their website. So here's your back office, agent training, IUL bootcamp, and bootcamp tools. This bootcamp video is 3 hours. We did an online training on how an IUL works. You want to understand the mechanics of it, watch that. You don't have to digest it in 3 hours, but watch it. The IUL bootcamp tools download. You hear Pedro talk about the 4-step sales process. You click that link, and it better work. Click. There we go. I push the button with attitude. Oh, 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interview, the simple life presentation, needs analysis, and the close. Right there, beautiful little download buttons. You can't miss it. 5-year-old can pull this one off. We want to keep it really, really simple so you can access that. And before I get back into the website, I'm just going to go ahead and go back to the red carpet tools. That Hope Floats downloadable poster I just showed you is right here. It's called Hope Floats. I like the title. It's kind of cute. We stole that from Sandra Bullock's movie. Yes, we did. The hiring interview. So let's quickly just go through these documents with the 4-step sales process. Now, once you get somebody involved, I like what I see. Yes, I want to become involved. You want them to do this in the first 10 days. 6 simple steps. You want them to hit this. This is called the Sprint Award. You want them to hit this sprint. Our back office site isn't yet programmed to track this. We'll get there once we do. People hit Sprint Awards, they'll get certificates from the home office. But right now, it's got to be programmed. It's not done yet. But, number 1, make goals. We're going to talk about that next. 2, meet with their significant other or spouse. 3, needs analysis. Create your own policy. Finish the swim. Sign the paperwork. Getting an FEG number does not make any money. They've got to get a solution for them. That's the strongest thing. Now, if you sign someone up and they don't get a policy, oh, I'll do it when I have the money. They're going to recruit 10 people. Are those 10 people going to get a policy? No, they're going to copy what he did or she did. Failure begets failure. How many people would agree with this? Practice makes perfect. Who believes that? You're all wrong. You can be practicing the wrong thing over and over and over, and you're really, really good at sucking.
That's my golf game.
No, me too, man. I get my money's worth. I play the whole course. The trees, the water, the brush. I mean, I get it all. Practice of perfection makes perfect. Stopped that years ago. Yeah, I'm a practice make perfect. Like, yeah, I can be perfect at really doing the wrong thing good. Practice of perfection. The practice of perfection in any industry is if you're going to sell Hondas, do not drive a Toyota. They will not believe you. Own what you recommend and do what you can afford to do. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Prospect list. Make a list of people. You each made a list of 10. I want you to double that plus 5. I want 25. I want you to go out and talk to those 25 people. You want to turn in your licensing paperwork, get yourself licensed. You want to do 5 simple presentations with your upline. You do that in the first 10 days. Your upline should promote you. And then you take this, and all our businesses is duplicating this very same effort. But this is your hiring list. What you want to do. It's a simple system. All 6 of those steps anyone can pull off. Used to be 5 steps, and we added. You got to meet the spouse. You got to meet that significant other because they'll derail you quicker than anything else. So you need to do that. Then what you're going to want to have is Life needs and retirement, right here. This is a simple financial needs analysis. Now, so you're going to go through and you're going to write down what their husband and wife, what's your total debt, final expense, $15,000 at least to put you in the ground. For me, cook me, throw my ashes on my favorite ski resort, and then I want the rest mixed with my wife when she goes, so we're together forever, cast on blue water. That's not. I think it's kind of cool. But what's that? That costs money. So you need some final expense stuff, right? There's 3 things we're not going to avoid. What are they? We're going to pay taxes, we're going to die, and we're going to pay taxes after we die. Again, they dig you up and burp you one more time. As Steve would say, am I right or am I right? Right. It's one of those aha moments that people never think about. Good point. Oh, damn. Life's harder than I thought. Man, they're going to come and get me from the grave. Income replacement. How many? For how many years? On average, if you're replacing income, you want to take a look at 10 years. 10 years income replacement. So you're making 50 grand, you have $500,000 in life insurance. This is going to add up how much life insurance that you need. Who wants to buy life insurance? Not a bloody soul. No one wants to buy that garbage. Why? Because I'm 6 feet under. I'm worm food, and it's all for the people I left behind. Well, I care about them, and that's a good thing, but I want everybody to own that bumper sticker that says, I'm spending my kids' inheritance. They can work for theirs like I did mine. Well, that's not there, but they could probably spend on that bumper sticker. But I love that one. I tell every client, I said, that's what I want for you. I'm spending my kids' inheritance. Once they just smile. Yeah, my money. Exactly. We'll help them meet theirs. We want to take a look at how much retirement money you need and how to fund that. And this right here will show you how much money is available to put into an IUL. The IUL close. This is also a very simple monthly plan contribution. How much totally are they putting away? Total lifetime contribution that they would put away. We take a look at taking that money, we put it into the policy, the income and death, how much living benefits, critical and chronic. This is after you run your illustration. And it gives you specific numbers of what it'll work for them. So you add all this up, it looks really good, doesn't it? Now, let me ask you a question. We got the needs, got the higher need, got that right there. You're all fairly new. How many of you honestly feel very comfortable doing it? Honestly. You feel comfortable sitting down with a 50-year-old person who you just met. Be comfortable doing it. How many people that you recruit would be comfortable doing it? Can you duplicate you? Actually, I can't. I cannot duplicate Brandon. I cannot duplicate Steve. Nor would it my mom. You can't duplicate you. You need to have something that you can give to everyone and they can do as well. Otherwise, they're going to choke on the content, just like that street guy who needed a lot of $100 bills, but he choked on it because of how you gave it to him. You take this, and I'm promising you this. You sit down and teach this, and this is what you have to do. You are going to slow down your business. But we want to teach it and train it so you get better. Because as you get better, your cases will get bigger and bigger. Instead of $100 a month, you'll be doing $600 a month. But I can't just throw you to the sharks. I want to give you something that you can actually step out and do. And so, from your replicator web, from your back office, we have our technology fee. It's $24.95 a month. If you cannot afford $25 a month, I hear McDonald's is hiring. Go work there. It's not a lot of money. You need to spend it. How many people honestly do not have the technology package in the back office yet? Okay? You're losing money, and I'm going to show you why. It's not all the fancy buttons. Yeah, I get access to more stuff, and I can take a look at, I can set my goals, I can look at my team, and this is really cool, by the way. Under your team button, when you pay the technology fee, it actually gives you a map of the United States. There we go. And shows you where your team is. It allows you to manage your growth. Steve, this is a phenomenal tool for your group. And this, of course, is the home office, so this is everybody in the company. So it takes a while to load. What's spinning? We were real slow internet connection here. There it is. But I'll scroll down here. Oops, let's just scroll back up. And map view. So there's so many different ways to take a look at your team. Oh, need to upgrade your Flash player. It's a Dark Ages computer, so well, we'll pass it. But it shows you everywhere in the United States. You can do a small matrix view. It's like a business grid. It's really cool stuff. You don't get that without the technology fee. That's all good. That's fine in Jim Dandy, but you'll notice at the top when you don't have the technology package, you have edit profile and you have logout. That's all you have. When you pay the technology fee, there's these 3 additional buttons that are included. So first of all, edit my website. Oh, I get a website. Yes, it's your name, freedomequitygroup.com, not .org. It's, it'll change to .com when you update it. But that's your website, and so you can put your name. You can call it whatever you want to call it. If you get empowered group, whatever you want to call it, your email, bless you. Your phone number, where you are. You can even have a comment on there. Wayne Womack is great. This is on the corporate one. I should probably change that. This is what Petra just said in the email there. It's kind of fun once you put that on there. Just go down here and I just saved the site info. Now the Freedom Equity Group replicated site's going to say Steve Young is a stud. You put your picture up there. You browse. You put your own photograph up there. And it's your name, .freedomequitygroup.com. And then when you go to my website, it's your name, now it'll say freedom.gss.us, but notice here, I'm just going to type in my name, Jeff W. freedomequitygroup.com. Jeff Wardell. Now notice the page. Now, the new site isn't being launched until tomorrow, over the weekend. So it'll have the new look, but it's replicated. It's the same as the original site, except it doesn't say Freedom Equity Group in the upper left-hand corner. It says Retire with Dignity. It's the same page, same videos. That same 2-minute video. You show it right from your website, except instead of Join Us, it says Join Me. When you click on Join Me, it's a self-populated list with your FEG number. They can only join your group from your page. They don't have to search for your FEG number. They just join. So you can send them this replicated page. It's your name.freedomequitygroup.com. Hey, check out my website. We brand you, then we brand FEG. You're first. Now, when you show this opportunity to somebody, what's the first word out of their mouths? What's the problem? Well, what's the catch? Yeah, is there a catch? Well, what are you hawking? You know, Amway, you send me some soap, some diet pills, you have vitamins. Come on now, what are you hawking this time? You know, how many people are members of the NFL? No more friends left. Because you've asked them to join every other business out there. People have gone through that. You want to show them something that really is profound. They're going to say what the product is. So just go on my website, click on Retire with Dignity, if you would. This is a product-only page. That'll have your picture and your name and all that kind of stuff. I haven't put that up there. There's nothing on here about recruiting except for Join My Crusade or Join Me. Everything else is just product. There are 4 featured videos and just 4. The first is a 5-minute overview of the tax-free retirement book. It's tax-free real. This 5 minutes proves that tax-free is real. Wow. What was that code again? Right here is a 5-minute overview video that points out where in a code it says these programs are tax-free and how they earn their rate of return. That shows 101-7702. 5 minutes. CPAs and tax accountants don't know this is tax-free. They don't know about the code. They weren't taught it either. So in 5 minutes, we can teach the accountants and CPAs that this is real. So when you come up against that wall, too good to be true. Here you go. How about life insurance will pay if you get sick? Well, how about a 5-minute video of a mom with 2 kids had breast cancer? Let me come back. Jessica's story right here. Because she was able to accelerate a portion of her life insurance, she's still alive today. 5 minutes. The fourth video is an 11-minute overview of how the product works. Watch my video. A blind dog with a note in his mouth could make a recruitment sale in a day if he bumped into enough people who would read the note. I can show you how you can figure it out by paying taxes. Unfortunately, your income is learning how to do it. Here. Now, when you show this to somebody, now be honest with me. I want feedback. You show this to somebody, what are they going to say? Are they going to say, oh, that sucks, or this, I'm interested, this sounds cool? A or B? What's it going to be? B. Yeah, this sounds cool. What's the next question? Okay, I'm showing you my stuff. You need to have a pair of these. Everybody has a pair of cracked glasses. Everybody wants this. What's the first question? What's it cost? What's it cost? You're trying to get it into my pocket. What's it going to cost me? What's your answer? You're new at this. You just recruited somebody who's new. Okay, I need to close out some of those because this is really getting irritating. Let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. Give me everything else out right now. Let's just get rid of you. And cover the web page. So they're going to ask, okay, what's it cost? Your answer is, I don't know. Everybody's different. I've been doing this for a long time. I don't have 2 people on the same program. Everybody's different. I don't know. Let's find out. If you can remember those 6 words, I don't know, let's find out. You can do this. Teach that. Because that's duplicatable. Anybody can pull that off. If I get too far ahead of you, tell me and I'll slow down. I've been doing this way too long. I don't know, let's find out. Savings calculator. Let's find out. Don't know, man. So, this is really simple. How old are you? In fact, this is where you turn the computer on them. You got them on the phone. See, you can do this on the phone, man. Click on the savings calculator, man. How old are you? So throw me out an age. Give me an age. How old? 42. 42. I heard you. You speak up. Gotta be loud. Okay. 42. All right, now. I put in 42. No, how about we do the number line first, huh? 42. There we go. All right. Now, when you what age do you want to retire? Now, we do say that the new 65 to 70, we're living longer. Social Security is not even around 65, we're saying 67. So we recommend 70. Is that a good retirement age for you? Okay. What would most people say? Well, yeah, I want to retire at 32, but it never happened. But what would most people say? 65. Okay, whatever the answer is right. I tell them that the new 65 to 70, does that work for you? They say no, 65. Great. Whatever their answer is the right answer. 65. Awesome. All right, now when you get to age 65, Mr. 42-year-old, how much money do you want in your account? How much money? You look at your statement, how much cash is in there? Realistically. What do you think most people say? Most people. I want you to think as a potential new recruit or client.
$250,000.
$250,000, that may not be enough when you get to 65. Most people actually say $1 million. I want $1 million. Yeah, all of us do. So what do you think is a good number? When you get to 65, you start at 42, how much money would you like in your account?
$1
$1 million.
Most people won't say 10 million. They're not dreaming yet. We got to get them there. So let's say $1 million. Make sure you put in enough zeros. Okay, now we're going to show you an 8% rate of return. I'm brand new. How do I know? Is 8% a good deal? How do you know? What's that? How is now 8%? I'm just going to show you an 8% rate of return. Is that a good rate of return? Now I should have warned you up front. I'm going to hit a few right between the eyeballs. Who's willing to take the gut shot first? All right. How do you know 8% is a good rate of return? How do you know that 8%? I mean, how do you know that this program will pay me 8%? I don't believe it. The bank's only paying less than 1% on my CD. How can you tell me 8%, man? You're full of crap. All of a sudden, I just blew you out of the water. I'm going to tuck my tail and go home. I'm going to quit and then work at McDonald's. This isn't for me. I can't do this. It's too hard. How do you know? You don't. You don't. So I tell you what, let the system do that for you. Put your cursor over the green question mark. You can see historical rates of return since 1926. Large stocks have averaged 9.8, small stocks 11.9. Is 8% fair?
Yeah.
Straight on. Hell yeah. And I could be brand new, just quit working at the car wash, and you're going to believe me because it's not my information. I just duplicated this. And I don't know nothing. But I'm willing to open my trap. Yeah, that's fair. Cool. All right. Now you watch those videos. What's the tax rate on this program that we do? 0, right? It's tax free, right? Put it in a 0. This is the one place where you can tell the IRS up yours. 0. People have hit that button. They will break your computer. Bam. Have people hit that with attitude. 0. Awesome. Well, also now notice this. Well, my broker says I can. Then we make about 12%. That's what they illustrate. Well, what's the guarantee? It's 0. But you know, let's take a look at it. They're showing you 12%, right? We're going to show you 8. That's 4% less. All right. So they're more, right? But ours is tax free. So then put your cursor over the green question mark. You can see that tax rates for 2014. The minimum tax bracket is 10%. I'm tax free. You're taxable. So for you to even come close to me, your broker's got to be giving you 18%. 8, my 8 plus that 10. I beat your butt by 6 points. And the chart proves it. You just took the legs out of the broker that fast with this. Now you got to do is click on no taxes. Okay, we're good. Submit. And I'll give you a fancy bar chart. I'm a numbers guy. I like numbers. This computer is truly broken. But it gave us our monthly. Monthly savings. I'm 42 years old. It says I have to save $1,200 a month to have my $1 million by 65. Now, if I wait 1 year, I have to save $1,300, almost $1,400 a month to have $1 million. If I wait 5 years, I have to save $2,000 a month to have the same $1 million. Don't wait. So let me ask you this question, Mr. 42-year-old. You should be saving $1,200 a month. Can you afford that? No, of course not. Maybe in a perfect world. And agree with them. Me even. I can't do what this thing says is right. No. So let me ask you a question. It says you should be doing $1,200. How much of that can you do? Shut up. Have you heard me talk before? Cheater. What do you think the answer is? Don't answer if you know the answer. What would you say? In the back. $500. Great. How about all the way back? How much could you say? You should be doing $1,200. How much could you afford of that? You're about 3. And let's go on the low end. I want to make sure you can keep. You start something you can keep, right? Make sense? Now, guess what? In each case, half, $500, $300. You came down from $1,200, wipe and sweat from your brow, thinking in your mind, I'm never going to retire. I'm going to be working at Walmart. This sucks. Man, I can do about $500. Right? Whatever the answer is the right answer. That's for them. But notice, I didn't bring you into my business and say, hey, you should be doing $50 a week. I'm pushing you from 0 up to $300 a month, or up to $100 a month. Even if you can afford $100, you're throwing on the skids because you can't, because you ain't doing anything. Don't do that. Don't push people into something. Yes, they need it, but they're not going to move as quickly as you want them to move. You want to move people to a predetermined response, which is, yes, I want a policy, and yes, I want to show this to other people. But you can't do that if you try and push them there. People are not motivated on that. People are motivated, here is bad. If you point, this is bad, they will move to where you need them to move on their own. Just let them know that where you're standing is not the right place. By the way, here's a solution. How much can you do? About $500. Awesome. And now they're coming down from $1,200. I'll start with that. And now it was whose idea? Theirs, not yours. And now all you're going to do is you're going to grab that $300 a month and put that into an illustration. The next step on this program is to apply. You can't make a decision to have it today. I'm sorry. All you can do is apply. It takes about 2 or 3 weeks to get a policy in front of you. You have to take a medical exam if the death benefit's over $250,000. It takes 2 or 3 weeks to get it. When it comes in, they send it to me. I bring it to you. Federal law requires when you get it, you have 30 days, another month to think about it after you get it. But it's at that time that you have enough information in front of you to make an educated decision on, yes, I like this or no. You may even know in your mind what you'd like to do today, but legally you can't make that decision until we have all our ducks in a row, your name at the top of the page, and something to base your decision on. Does that make sense? So my question is, should we go ahead and get the paperwork started and the ball rolling so I get this in for your review? Bam! Every time. Don't memorize that. It took me years to figure it out. All you have to do is, there's only one catch with this. You got to be healthy enough today to get it. Can you give me one good reason why you should wait until it's too late? You can't have it today. It takes 2 or 3 weeks to get it. You got another month to think about it after that. Let's go ahead and get the paperwork started, the ball rolling, so we can get this in for your reviews. That sounds fair. Now, there's only 2 ways to become a part of our company. You can have this program, or you can have this program. Steve, Pete. You can have this program, or you can have this program. And at $500 an hour, sharing it with someone else, because at $300 a month, that was the lowest dollar amount in this room. That's $3,600 a year. At commissionable premium, it's about a $3,200 target. Let's drop it down to $3,000 just for easy math. At a 50% commission, that's a $1,500 commission. You don't get all of it right now. You get 9 months of that. There's 3 months you get as earned in the 10th, 11th, and 12th month. So you get a 75% advance of $1,500. Garrett, that's 75% of $1,500, please. I know the answer, but I want someone else to figure this out. 75% of $1,500. What's the payday? It's a lot of money.
$1,125.
$1,000 an hour. I just showed you how to do this in 15 minutes with this replicated website. That did it for you. Now, here's the other thing that this site will do for you. Is once they get a policy, they're going to go home, they're going to talk to their family, their friend, their pastor, they're going to go to a Dave Ramsey seminar. And you're going to get that phone call, Ryan, if you haven't gotten one yet, you're gonna.
Oh, yeah.
Cancel! Stop with my check. Or, all of a sudden you get a charge back and they had stopped payment on the check and you didn't even know it because they weren't going to tell you. They were hiding under a rock. And all you have to do, what we used to do in the old days, remember this, Steve? Call them on the phone, hey, you know, we spent so much time trying to put this together. It really made sense. Would you allow me the opportunity to sit down with you one more time? Let me buy you a cup of coffee and really re-explain to you why you took this decision so your time wasn't spent in vain. Does that make sense? Would you allow me the opportunity to really earn your trust? I'd spend my time, go another hour, buy them a cup of coffee, maybe 2 hours with a conversation, small talk, try and preserve that $1,000 commission. Now with our system, all I have to do is say, hey, you remember that tax-free retirement book yet? The second video we talked about, point out where in the code it says it's tax-free and how it earns its rate of return. Yeah, watch that again. The system helps keep your persistency. When we figured out this site, we call it Retirement Dignity. The persistency of the agents who use it went above 96%. You keep the money you make, and you don't have to spend the time to do it. The system will do it for you. Then what's going to happen is the people who didn't join your team but they got a policy, they're telling all their friends, go to ryan.freedomequity.com and check out that second video. Oh my gosh, it's a game changer. They won't join your team, but they'll just bring people to you. Let the system do it for you. But keep on with the 4-step sales process and become an expert. And the final thing that I'll throw, and then we're going to get a little on the phone because it's getting late, in the red carpet tools right here, the tax-free simple life version. This is a very simple PowerPoint to explain the IUL. We have several of them that are in here. You can download this from your back office. Freedom Equity Group, FEG Insurance Services. Now, protect your future. Again, we don't give tax or legal advice. Let me ask you a question. Thoughts about your retirement? Has your retirement account ever lost value? If you can just read this. Are market gains only a paper profit until you sell? Is growth without preservation risky? Isn't building your 401k to $1 million, then losing half because you did not have a strategy to preserve your account? Isn't that senseless? What we do is we teach a strategy that captures most of the market gains and protect those gains from the market downturns. Are you worried about taxes going up? Let me ask you a question. When can you afford to save for retirement? You never can save for retirement. You're 20 years old. What are we doing, guys? Is it beer 30 yet? I got good stories there, too. I got kids, diapers, man. I'm glad I'm out of that one. But now I want that Aston Martin. It's expensive. I'm Brady, man. I owe it to myself. I need that car. So I can't save for retirement. I've got to buy a house, man. That house is expensive. Midlife crisis. Hit 40. Maybe I just need to go check out things in Vegas. Like gambling, yeah, that's what I'm going to watch. Kids in college. I can't afford it. I want to take a vacation at 50. Now I think it's too late. It's never too late to save. The time to save is right now. And so what we have is Index Universal Life. It's the power of zero tax bracket. If I could show you how you can be in a zero tax bracket at retirement, would that be important to know? According to the Congressional Budget Office of Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, go and change the rate for the lowest tax bracket will increase from 10 to 25%. The current 25% go to 63, and 34 bracket would go to 88. These programs are tax-free. It's the power of zero. The 4 phases of retirement planning, a lot of you have seen this. Contribution, accumulation, withdrawal, and transfer. My kids are smart. All they said is, Dad, you know what? There's more green than there is red. Do the green. Keep it simple. Yeah. You know, pay taxes on the seed and not the harvest. It's called wisdom. Time Magazine, we already looked at this. It's a retirement totally big retirement flop. Lousy product for a rotten repository full of high risk, high fees. We talked about this: high taxes, opt out of paying taxes, never lose money again. The secret of the ultra rich, common sense retirement. It's what the wealthy have been doing for decades. Universal Life, greatest wealth accumulation, the Index Universal Life. Stop thinking of life insurance as an expense. It's a vehicle to carry your money. It's a high performing tax-free portfolio asset. With the gains in the market without the downs, when the market goes down, we keep our gains. It's guaranteed, backed up by the state where we live. Eliminate risk. The power of indexing. For since 1999 to 2013, if you've got $100,000 in the market, you have $155,000. Our plan's at $272,000. So why do we buy a life insurance in case you die? How about if you live? What happens if you have a heart attack, stroke, or cancer and it doesn't do the job? You live. How good's your life insurance? You didn't die. It's worthless. So we have these living benefits: critical illness, chronic illness, terminal illness. A lady wrote a book talking about her story about her husband who died, that it wiped him out. Talks about critical illness, chronic illness. The bottom line is if you got sick, would you want a check like this? This is one of our agents, $344,000 check, and he had not passed away. Stage 4 stomach cancer. They gave it to him and he was alive. Took care of his family. So these are living benefits stories, a solution for every family. You can retire with it, own it, rent it, if you want to retire with it. Guaranteed Universal Life is just permanent term. It's permanent term insurance. Guaranteed you will outlast as long as you do. It's just life insurance. So it's what if I live? Here's your simple needs analysis. Again, retirement funding sources and our disclosures. That is a simple life insurance presentation. But again, what am I doing here? I'm selling right now. Don't do that. People don't want to sell and they don't want to buy. They don't want to be sold and they don't want to buy. But they do want to make sure that their money will be there when they need it, and they don't want to pay taxes. And if you can help them make an extra $100 to $200 an hour or $1,000 an hour, sharing the same information with other people, what would you like to do? Join my team. Join this crusade. There's not enough of us out there. Let's get Bloom on the phone. He can close this out. Really appreciate you listening to the hard stuff, and I hope you grab some of it. So let's get Bloom. Now, can we plug this in so we have sound through this, Ryan?
Yeah.
Let's do that. Oh, perfect. Oh, and just come on the phone and plug that in. I've done that before too. It's cool.
Yeah, I remember this guy. That's a Bobby Rizzo comment. So here he goes. I'm just pulling it. Yeah. Bloom, you there?
You did that a lot. Oh, I got to. Well, you got to show up. I don't know why it happened.
No, no.
Yeah.
Where's your phone jack?
Oh, it's like, I don't know how I did it. Yeah, listen, snatching.
Bloom, you there?
Put it on speaker.
I don't know where your headphone jack is.
Bloom? Bloom, you there? Oh, yeah, wait a minute, I'm gonna get you on the speakerphone in a second here, as soon as I can figure out my dang phone.
That's fine.
No, this is a
It's on. The case is
So
it's a long case, isn't it?
No, it's not. Because I haven't been doing that. Take the case out.
Hang on, Bloom, we're coming. There it is.
Sometimes the thing will go in because the case is still too thick.
You there, Bloom?
Yeah, you gotta take on audio source.
No, there we go.
Bloom, you there?
Press the speaker.
Bloom, you there? All right, now, how do you make that work, Ryan?
That's not gonna work very well.
So
You have to take the case off.
It's not going in.
Hang on, Ron, we're trying to figure out, just to get you on
No,
speaker.
it's flush. It's flush.
It's flush to the case.
Then
That's
case
case
is
is
No,
stopped.
no, it's flush to the phone.
As well.
Oh.
Just use the speaker.
All right, Ron, you're just gonna have to yell and I'll hang up the phone. There's a whole group of people here. Here's the chairman, Ron Bloom, the Bloomster, Bloomington. Illuminator.
Yeah,
Yeah, they can hear you. Sure. That's a deal. Okay. Yep. Are you there? All right, we're trying to figure out to get a speaker. Hang on a minute. Okay, can you hear me right now? We can't hear you. Hang on. All right, there you go. Oh, okay.
Our technology section.
Yeah, I'm using we gotta just go with the phone, and they're all leaning in, so that's good. You got their attention. So you're saying we'll have a nice contest and let's put a standard on it though, because we got some guys that just dog it. We don't want to dog it. We got to raise the bar. You agree?
You're on mute.
Oh. Can you hear me? Did you hear me say that? All right, no, I said we got to raise the bar, so they got to know what their standards are. They want to go to dinner with the chairman of FEG. We got to make that happen. So, what kind of bar do you want to set? Okay, that's the deal. They're all shaking their head. The winners are shaking their head because they can see that. Even Rizzo. I think so. They may want to buy you dinner. You got them flexing over here. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, no, he did awesome, and I'm very grateful. And I'm sorry that you missed the plane, but we'll get you here a month from now. I'll line it up. We're having a meeting on Saturday again. We'll go back to Tuesday, so that'll be great. And you have to wish your daughter a happy birthday too, by the way. Yeah. All right, big guy. So I'll talk to you in the next couple of days then, Ron. Thanks for being available by phone. Okay. See you later.
Young.
Do you have any? That's what I got out of that. All right. Anybody learn anything tonight?
Oh yeah.
So we're going to elevate everything. You know, that leaders bowl, just like you said, let's go to Mexico. You know, and it's not that hard to do it. Okay, you heard what Jeff said. Great leader. Here's what he said to me a month ago. Honestly, in fact, you were some of you were on that phone on the Thursday night call that Jeff did, and he was repeatedly said, "I want to come, I want to come." And where is he? Standing right here. And I said, "We'll put 30 feet in the room." But there we go, and he keeps his word. That's they all do it. Look at been in business for a long time and lots of different things. Most people don't keep their word to them. There's a relationship there. They keep their word. That's what you're affiliated with. It's called integrity. Pretty awesome, which is part of your character building. So change your schedules. Tuesday night, bring guests. You know, go get 5 people right away. That's why he's going to go to VP. That's why he's going to VP. There are people in place, and they're not done. He's got 10 directs. 10, of which we know 5 will do it. Some of them have fallen out, not paying attention, you weren't real. That's because he wasn't in the beginning, but it changed. You all see that? He's got real people. All of a sudden, bam, he's growing. He's not done. So it's not that hard, you know, if you let us work with and for you. Does that make sense? You're not in business by yourself at all. Okay? You're with other people. You're not in your business for yourself and not by yourself. Make sense? So learn to budget the time. Dream, market, schedule, commit. Do everything Jeff just said and watch that. It's a system works. You just got to plug in and learn. Amen? Any questions? Any questions of Jeff? You don't get him every day. He's here from California.
Well, let me give something that I want you to avoid. When I was 16 years old, my mom gave me this plaque and said, "Learn from the mistakes of others, for you do not live long enough to make them all yourself." I've made a lot of mistakes. One of the mistakes was thinking I was doing well. Over the years, I was able to go out and I had the peace of mind that God had blessed me that I could go out and earn a 6-digit income. The challenge is every year I had to do it again. I had to do it again. I found my old books where I'd have a new client every single day. So no computers back then, so I'd all write it down in these pads. And made a good income. It was a good life. It really was. I'd sit down on Monday. Monday was appointment day. I would set 7 appointments for Thursday, 7 for Wednesday, 7 for Tuesday, in that order. Because if I didn't get 7 appointments for Tuesday, I would work Tuesday to make 7 appointments for Friday. My goal was I wanted 21 people a week to go see. Thursday night, I'd do all my paperwork. The regional office was in Portland, Oregon. I was in Spokane back then. I'd go to the Rosar's grocery store where they had a copy machine. We didn't have copy machines and stuff like this back then. It was a nickel a copy, and I'd stand there in the grocery store. Picture this. 10 o'clock at night, feed nickels into this dang thing, making copies of all my paperwork, and then I'd run to the airport. They had an overnight post office there that closed at 11. I get my packages out, I could overnight to the regional office, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm good. I was in the member of the National Ski Patrol, big time ski bum, played in the summertime, bicycles, and all that. I mean, I played. I worked hard, I played just as hard. But every year I had to do it over again and do it over again and do it over again. And in the 90s, I went out to try and just do it myself. And I had 7 offices in 5 western states. And I mean, all the way down from Albuquerque, New Mexico to Anchorage, Alaska. I mean, I was pounding it, just bought a building, blah, blah, yada, this. But the business is really only me. Put me in well over 100 hours a week. Making good money, though. Thought I was doing what I was supposed to do. Then when I heard about this living benefit stuff, I took a 15% commission cut. Because the only place I knew I heard about it was Freedom Equity Group. Walked into a meeting, there was a slide on compliance. It's the first thing I saw. It impressed me. We're in a very compliant industry. You've got to follow the rules. They're not hard, just follow them. And so I started on that, convert all my clients to this living benefit life insurance. Anybody who would listen. Quickly went to the top of FEG, but I was just hawking insurance is what I was doing. And there's the failure I don't want you guys to fall into. Don't just go out there and start looking for these big sales. Where's your 401k? Where's your IRA? What are you doing? Hey, let me help you get this money over here and start shifting things around. You'll make money.
but you're out of business tomorrow because you don't have another client to talk to. And I was making good income. And it was about 4 or 5 years ago, Petro decided we're going to do this crusade, this living benefit crusade. Looking for a whole new business. The 2008 market just wiped out nearly half the financial service professionals. I was almost one of them. That's a whole other story. And we started this. We got to do this crusade. What's that? I said, okay, I'm on. Here's my shield. Got my sword. All right, King Arthur, what do we do? Crusade, right? We kick some butt, right? He says, you got to recruit. I don't want to join Amway. That's not my thing. I didn't want to suck anybody into MLM stuff. It didn't turn me on. I tried that in college, and it just wasn't what I enjoyed. Felt I was getting a square peg around the whole thing, just trying to stuff it down their throats, hoping something stuck. But I wasn't going to leave FEG. I'd given my word to these owners. Okay, well, I'm all in. What do we do? You got to run ads. Okay, run ads. Craigslist, newspaper. You got to recruit. You got to talk to. I could talk to anybody. And I recruited a bunch of people. 20, 30 people I had in the room. I'm starting to teach what I know. What was I teaching? How to sell insurance. Nobody was selling anything. Then I learned that what my job was is to give hope. To fulfill your dream, your goal. What is that? To give you an opportunity to make your financial needs come together. What do you hope for? What would you like? When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thought that comes to mind? I guarantee you it's not going to be me. What's in your mind? What do you hope for? Because our goal of Freedom Equity Group is to bring that hope to you. Is to allow you to achieve your dreams, goals, and ambitions. And I will fight to my dying breath. And I'm one of those guys who will empty both of my guns at you as I fall off a cliff. I ain't going to quit. There ain't no quitting me. I will never quit you. Won't happen. What's your goal? What do you want? You want to keep my eyes, you better bust your butt, because I know you can. I know it's there. Just keep sharing this hope and opportunity with somebody. Help them get a policy and say, did you know you can make $500 an hour doing the same thing? I just showed you how to do it. And when you learn how to give hope and opportunity to somebody to make their financial ends come together, that's when it's going to change. It took me a while. I met a guy who led me to a guy in Seattle, Washington. 4.5 hour drive one way. I had more time than money, so I drove. I had 5 kids at home. So I would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, tell my kids I'll see you after, at dinner, or the next morning I'd get up at 4 and I would drive all day. I'd do meetings all day, I'd drive home. Or I would leave after I get them off to school, I would drive to Seattle, I'd run meetings all day, I'd do an opportunity meeting that night, we'd do applications till 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I'd drive home, get home 2 or 3 in the morning. So that when kids got up, Daddy was there. And the dad. And we did that over and over, and it'd snow in the mountains, and you had to sleep in your car, and I just drove the tires off that damn thing. And I finally learned how to get my butt out of trying to sell tax-free retirement and how to give hope, give heart. I want to learn that. I want you to learn that. Yeah, this is a cool thing. Yeah, it's tax-free. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And yeah, you don't have to spend your money. Put it over here. It's really awesome. But man, what can I do for you? What can I do for you? Get that. And I got that. Within 9 months, my 100-hour weeks went to 50 or 60. Now, yes, that's more than 40. But it almost got cut in half. And at the same time, my income doubled. I hope you just heard me. Because I shared hope and opportunity, and I cared about people. What can I do for you? Let me help you get those people you know, love, and care about. Those 10 people, let me help you get policies in their hands. Let me help you with that. You need a 3-way. If you don't catch me, double call me. Let me help you. Now, I was making a good 6-digit income before. And in 9 months, my time commitment got cut nearly in half. Still a hefty work week, 60 hours, yes. But the income doubled. And it was over 2 years ago. And I have a ring here that not very many people have. That's a $250,000 ring. About 6 people in FEG own one of those. But I earned it 2 years ago. And then the owners of Freedom Equity Group said, we want you to come teach this to everybody what you know. Share. And that's why I moved to San Diego. That's why I'm here tonight. I want $500,000 rings in each and every one of them. Because I know if you earn that, what that did to your life and what that did to the people around you. And man, if you can do this now, imagine what you'd be doing when you're 50. Because I'll be honest with you, and I know you'd agree with me, if money was not an issue right now, we had total money, total out of the way, didn't have a financial worry at all, have all the money we need, would you be sitting right here? You'd probably find something else. We'd delegate it to Ryan, and Ryan would be doing it. Because we earned that. Actually, I know Steve. He'd be here and I'd be here anyway. Because it's not about the money. Get money out of the way by helping other people with their hopes, dreams, and opportunities, and it'll change. So, we're about 10 minutes over. We're going to do a little breakfast in the morning.
Yeah, well, how early? Name the time.
Well, we can meet, without it, we can just do a leader's dinner right now. I haven't eaten all day.
Oh.
I'm a night owl. Plus, I'm on Pacific Standard Time, so it's only 7:15.
Well, I'll tell you what, because I don't know what's going on with all you, and you wanted me to do a couple of one-on-ones tomorrow too, right? Yeah, 11.
So I'm thinking if we do a breakfast 7:30, so I'm on the road by 8:30, because I got to drive to West Palm to do this again tomorrow and Saturday. So we can do a breakfast, who you choose. So only people who've earned it. FEG's mine. Or we can do that tonight.
Maybe we'll do it tonight right across the street, because there are a lot of you up here. I mean, are you okay? You okay?
You guys want to hang and have some good bills tonight, or you want to do breakfast? Early morning or late night, guys? I'm all in for that.
You know what you say, soda pop. We're all of you here. All right. But we'll go for a beer and a chicken. I am starving too. So we'll do that. So otherwise, hey, Tuesday night for everybody. You know, change your schedule, get the program down. Good job tonight. You got here anyway. Resource. I love that. That's what it's all about. So congratulations. So you get it, Stephen? Bring your guests, bring your 5, and we'll tell you how to do it. And Tuesday night here. Yeah, Tuesday night here at 7:30. Every Tuesday night is when we do it. And then we have a managers meeting on Saturday down in Naples at Calistoga, as it's called, at 10 o'clock. Boom. And we start masterminding and holding people accountable and tracking, helping. Any other questions? Any questions?
Who's got their thumb drive or laptops? I'll give you all the files for today. Okay, bring them on over.
Okay. And I'll get all the stuff and give it to you all. You know, so that'll work out.
And Will and them requested all. They're on.
Oh, they're on. Oh, great. Yeah. You know what? How many? We had a bunch of people from New Jersey on.
Four additional.
Did you record the whole thing?
I think that it's recorded. Yeah.
We just figured this
It's a
thing
new
out.
thing.
Know that if you got people in remote states, they can watch us live on Tuesday night.
We got Ohio, California, Tennessee.
Were they all on there tonight?
Shane, I think, was on for a little bit. Jersey, Sean, and Pepper on.
That's awesome.
It's a good opportunity. Well, that's it. Appreciate it.
Another Shane. This is Shane.
Yeah.
Shane.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it.
It's on fashion. No need for me.
Glad you came.
Nice to meet you, Jeff. Oh, well, good to meet you again. Oh, you will? All right. Pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Come on, man. Nice to meet you. Hey, thank you. Awesome.
I have like doing that regular meeting.
All right.
want to work. That's not gonna work.
Okay, Steve. For you. For you.
I'll send you my email. I need help.
You gotta be brain dead or almost not. You're not. You like it?
Roll.
I gotta get together with some way to learn about it by myself. What's that? Okay, brother. So you gotta do that. Okay, so there's how to do that. We're all set. Okay. Quit smoking.
You're gonna try to practice. Perfect.
Like for you to speak. Anytime you want. I'll have to get it Saturday if you
Oh,
want.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, Saturday. Yeah, I'll just be. Why don't you give me a call now?
Okay, so you know, sometimes guys, download this one.
This, yeah.
No, I don't.
Oh, thanks. Glad you were here.
Saturday.
Saturday, 10 o'clock, Chelsea.
Yeah, you got it.
Tomorrow after. All right,
I was trying to check, I got to turn this thing off, battery source.
Yeah, well, you know, next time.
How's that feel,
That's exactly what I'm
It took a lot of work.
Where do you go? You celebrate and yeah, that point. You get to
Yeah.
Next time I'm probably going to fall.
You have a
Just these.
Check this out. Check this out. You're gonna love this. Okay, Freedom Equity Group. Just watch on the big screen here. Freedom Equity Group, changing the way America saves. I'll blast through this fast. Saves and builds wealth. Okay, we have Dr. Val Levis, Ron Williamson, as the chairman of the board. We have Trevor, the CEO. Bill St. Clair, our COO. Changing the way America saves money. Now, who opposes this? There's a guy named Dave Ramsey. He opposes cash value products. He gives bad money advice. He lies to the consumer. It's the ripoff. Now, this is a video right here. Just click on this and talks about him stating if you shouldn't do life insurance if you do put that money into the 401k. Okay, so let's analyze this. Let's analyze this video. Okay, so what we got is a 32-year-old family doing 15% a year, $40,000, $6,000 a year. He puts it inside a mutual fund. He dies at age 52 with no life insurance. According to Dave Ramsey, he saves $500,000 to $700,000. The mutual fund has nothing to do with life insurance. Turning $6,000 a year into $500,000 in 20 years, is that really possible? Well, let's take a look. Unfortunately, it's pie in the sky because turning $6,000 into $7,000 in 20 years is definitely pie in the sky. Don't you think? You need to save $6,000 a year, growing at 15% compounded annually, no fees, no commissions, and zero taxes. And presto, majesto, you get $700,000. It doesn't work. It's total pie in the sky. So let's back here on Earth, a place we like to call reality. Let's cut his optimistic plan by just 5%, $6,000 saving, 10% compound return, 1.5% community fees and commission, 25% tax bracket. It's only $232,000 after tax, a far cry from his $500,000 deal. His realistic plan, 6,000 years, 8% with 2.5 fees. That's realistic because those are the fees. Is $150,000 after tax, cash to the wife, total investment of $120,000 versus his optimistic plan. According to Dave Ramsey video, presto, $500,000 is reality. No, it's not even close to being reality. The ultimate real life plan is an IUL, life insurance contract, a living benefit, saving $6,000 a year, 52 years old, He leaves $593,000 to his family, guaranteed life is no pie in the sky, based on current assumptions. What if he lives there? 6,000 a year, 52. Chronic illness, he would get 5,600 a month tax free. Critical illness, 475,000 tax free. Terminal illness, 449. Income, if he didn't get sick, starting at age 65, would be $35,000 a year tax free to age 100. Total benefits to him and his family is $1.7 million by age 100. If he dies at 100, there's another $500,000 still left tax free to his family at age 100, which is $2.3 million in total gains on his $120,000 investment. You can't, because it's a four-letter word that's called math. You know, the thing is, numbers don't lie. What if he continued to say? What if he didn't stop saving after 20 years, kept doing it, save until age 70, $25,000 a month, $1 million critical loans, 1.1 in terminal, $185,000 tax-free income to age 100, 5.5 million income and 1.3 death benefit at age 100 to his family, $6.9 million. Based on the same numbers your broker will tell you about what the market will have. And his total investment is $180,000. Dave Ramsey's famous quote, live like no one else, because you're not living. It's a ripoff.
Why do you think he makes
Here's
his
where
money?
the equity group market book changes the way America saves money and builds wealth. That's how you done it. Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
I got to just show that.
that's great. Gary, did you see that?
I've sent that to my brother already.
Oh, is that one?
Yeah, that was I don't know if it's
We
from
did,
you guys.
we did that last year at 2013 Iowa University last year.
It was the exact
That exact one. So you now in summarize now. Oh yeah, well there's a video on YouTube as well.
He didn't say anything. My older brother's gave me on that.
Right. You guys,
I just ordered new ones. I think.
You order lenses.
Well, I can't send them back. It's in wear glasses. No way, man. I can't do it.
Running for a week.
No way, man.
You guys like that first video? The government can.
That was pretty funny.
He wrote that song. He can't sing really well. What's his name? Tim Hawkins. But he did that live, and it's the second video down. And
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do. Premium. Premium. I'm just gonna slide this in here. Ooh. I don't even think I'm my debit card tonight. I use my debit card tonight. Just keep it in there. Just because I want to go to work, I want to do it. Hey, how many of you guys here at DP have listened? Let me see. Thanks, guys. I'm signing off. I got all the documents, and it's a lot of stuff. So maybe I'll start a group Dropbox or something. I don't know. We'll talk about it, but I'll get it to you guys and give me a call. I'm getting text, but my phone's almost dead. I'll call you in a little bit.